Hello! What is going on, everybody? My name is Neil Villapiano, and I'm the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast right here on the Hockey Podcast Network. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our first ever live watch-along here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Tonight, we have the New Jersey Devils at home, their second preseason game of the year, their first at home against the Hudson River rivals, the New York Rangers. I'm really excited for you guys to be on here tonight. This is literally the first time I've ever done any sort of a live watch along or anything like that. But I'm really happy to have you guys on and talk with me. We're going to basically, the game's going to start in about a half hour. Thought, we'd start the stream about, a half hour or so, get a chance for people to come in and talk. And I'm obviously also going to be sharing your comments as well. And I'm giving people time also to get into the stream. This broadcast, this stream, and everything else that involves the Hockey Podcast Network is sponsored by the awesome people down below at DraftKings Sportsbook. Use our promo code THPN. I'll be sharing a couple of sponsor videos throughout the stream. And yeah, I'm just super excited because hockey is finally back. It is the first day of October. It's October 1st. For a lot of you young people out there, happy, first day of spooky season, as everybody likes to call it. For me, it's really when it's hockey season. It's, once you get into October, the temperature gets a little bit colder. A lot of people are obviously now getting back into their homes. And really, what better way to kick off this month of October than with our first, game of the season that we have a chance to watch? Granted, it is preseason, but at the same time, it's still fun to watch these games. And for the Devils, you have so many exciting pieces that are going to be playing in this game tonight. Nico Hischier is playing tonight. Alexander Holtz and Dawson Mercer, who both scored a goal in the first preseason game for the Devils a couple days ago when they beat the Washington Capitals 5-4. Dougie Hamilton, the top free agent in this past free agency class, is going to be making his Devils debut. Ryan Graves as well. Tomas Tatar is also doing, he's going to actually end up playing here tonight. So there's a lot of excitement, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are going to be at this game tonight, whether they're Devils fans or Rangers fans, and we're just going to have so much fun talking about this game. And also, ladies and gentlemen, I should also mention this. Some of you guys may actually know them, but if you don't, I am a huge fan, and I've been on their show before, the Slapshot Sweethearts. They're actually doing a live fantasy hockey draft starting at actually 7 o'clock, so right when the game's about to start. And I'm actually one of the teams, or more or less one of the people that's involved in it. So I'm actually going to be doing the draft on my phone, obviously, as well as doing this game. And I'll let you guys obviously know who I take and everything like that. So far, as I found out, I am picking 11th overall to start. So it's going to be interesting to see who's available by the time it's my time to basically draft. But yeah, look, I'm just super excited that we have hockey back. We have Devils hockey back. And by the way, if you are a Devils fan, I'm speaking to Devils fans right now. I know we got some Rangers fans probably in this stream as well. But if you're a Devils fan and you want to listen to, without a doubt, the best podcast for all things New Jersey Devils around the world, make sure you go and like and subscribe to the Devils State of Mind podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Devils State, on Instagram at Devils State of Mind. We also do have a Facebook page as well that you guys can check out. We post new episodes every Monday and every Thursday. So we just posted a new episode yesterday. You can see it on my pinned tweet on the Twitter page. And we'll have a new episode coming out this Monday, kind of recapping, these past couple of games, because not only do the Devils play tonight, they also play tomorrow in Bridgeport, Connecticut against the New York Islanders. So obviously there's a lot of decision making that head coach Lindy Ruff has to make when it comes to, who's going to play tonight, who's going to play tomorrow. We did get confirmation that Mackenzie Blackwood will be making his preseason debut tomorrow, not tonight. It'll be Jonathan Bernier and Nico Daws, the same two goaltenders as the first game against the Washington Capitals. So we'll get to see, if you have been watching the game, obviously, you'll get a chance to see some of the guys that we saw before, but you're going to see a lot of new guys. And then when you look at the New York Rangers, The New York Rangers had somewhat of an interesting past couple of months, and you can thank Tom Wilson for a lot of that. They fired their head coach. They fired the general manager. You have a new general manager in Chris Drury, a new head coach in Gerard Gallant, and you have, they didn't make a whole lot of changes, but the main change that they made, they brought in Barclay Goodrow on a massive 6-year deal. They brought in Ryan Reeves. Basically, what the Rangers tried to do is they look at their team and they say, we have a lot of talent, but we don't have a lot of grit. We don't have a lot of physicality. So we needed to add that. So they made those moves to do that. So the Rangers are coming into the season looking to be still a very talented team, but also a little bit more balanced when it comes to physicality as well. The Rangers really, the only main guy that you're going to see that I feel like most people would know is obviously Mika Zibanejad, I believe, is playing. I don't know that for a fact, but obviously I'll go on the Rangers socials and I'll double check that. I'm obviously going to keep you guys updated with everything going on. I usually check on Amanda Stein on Twitter, Amanda C. Stein, who obviously covers the New Jersey Devils. She's really good. Make sure to give her a follow as well. And we actually do have the lines really quick that I'll share with you guys. So on the first line for the New Jersey Devils, it's Miles Wood, Nico Hischier, and Alexander Holtz. Then the second line is Yanni Kuokkanen, Pavel Zacha, and one of the newest Devils, Tomas Tatar. You have Jesper Boquist, Dawson Mercer, and Jimmy Vesey, with Vesey playing against his former team, the New York Rangers, in the third line. And then you have Chase DeLeo, Michael McLeod, and Tice Thompson as your fourth line. And then as far as the defensive pairing is going, we have Adam Graves and Dougie Hamilton playing on that first line. So I know a lot of people were really excited to see who was going to be playing on that top line. Obviously, we still don't know what's going to end up happening when it comes to, the opening day lineup, but this is an opportunity for us to see what else is going on. We have White and PK Subban on the second line, and Vukicevic and Grolot on the third line, and Jonathan Bernier is going to make the start for the New Jersey Devils with Nico Daws backing him up. I would imagine that Lindy Ruff is going to do the same thing that he did in the first game against the Washington Capitals, where basically he's going to play Bernier for the majority of the game, like maybe 2/3 of it, and then Nico Daws will play the third period. Might play a little bit more, and I'm interested to watch Nico Daws because he stopped all 10 shots that he faced in the third period against the Washington Capitals, and he also stopped Alexander Ovechkin, Evgeny Kuznetsov, TJ Oshie, and John Carlson all in the little shootout that the teams decided to do at the end there. So that's pretty much the lineup for the New Jersey Devils. Dougie Hamilton and Miles Wood are going to be wearing the alternates tonight, with obviously Nico Hischier wearing the captain's crest, which is obviously great. I'm going to quickly check here to see what the Rangers situation is. But before I do that, I want to send a shout out to my good friend Mad Mike Sports. He says, Neil, what's up? What's up, man? I actually had a chance to interview him on a previous episode of the Devil State of Mind podcast. I hope you're doing well, man. I'm good. I'm really excited. I'm a little bit nervous, obviously. I've done a lot when it comes to being in front of the camera, and I've done some things live here, but obviously this is kind of one of the first times where I'm kind of basically doing it all on my own for the most part. I mean, I obviously got some great guys, Isha, Dylan, and guys like that are going to be helping me along the way. And yeah, this is really, like I said before, this is the first live watch along that we've ever done here on the Hockey Podcast Network, here on the YouTube channel. And, like I said, we do have a pretty decent amount of time before puck drop actually begins. But there's just so many things that are just super exciting that I'm looking forward to from not just this game, but obviously like throughout the season. I mean, again, you look at this situation and you say to yourself, okay, what did the Devils need to do this offseason to improve? And I talked about it before on the podcast that, with Tom Fitzgerald, he had a checklist of what he needed to do and what he wanted to do to put his team in the best position to become better moving forward. And he talked about wanting to have a team that's competing in late April and, actually competing to get into the playoffs. And that's basically what Tom Fitzgerald did this offseason. He makes the trade to get Ryan Graves, giving up, Maltsev and a second-round pick, which I thought was an absolute steal for the Devils when you look at it. And then he goes out and he gets Dougie Hamilton, Jonathan Bernier, Tomas Tatar. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal what he was able to do in this entire offseason. I know that he was also thinking very much about acquiring Vladimir Tarasenko. to me personally, I think that he probably made the right choice with that because, again, yes, the Devils have a lot of cap space and they could easily afford Vladimir Tarasenko for the next 2 years, but he's played 32, 33, 34 games the last 2 years. And how much are we going to get of Vladimir Tarasenko? Are we getting 75%, 80%, 5%? Like, what type of player are we going to get? And so I think the Devils just decided they weren't going to do that. They saw that Tatar was still available in the free agent market, which I think a lot of people were surprised about. And that's basically what happened. So that's pretty much where we're at. And the Devils just did a lot of things. And obviously, as well, we have just some super exciting young players that are coming up. And the two guys that obviously stand out are Dawson Mercer and Alexander Holtz. And right from the start of the rookie camp and the prospects challenge that they did 2 weeks ago, these guys have come on the scene and look like they've been here their entire careers. Like they've been in the NHL for so long. Dawson Mercer in particular, a guy who could do, he's a two-way guy. He's done a phenomenal job on both sides of the ice, and I'm really, really impressed. And then you go into the first preseason game, and he scores an absolutely beautiful goal where he's in the offensive zone by himself with four other guys just surrounding him on the Capitals while the Devils are making a line change, and he still decides to take it to the net from a tough angle, takes a shot, it hits off the shoulder of the goaltender and into the back of the net, and the Devils were able to tie that game. And Alexander Holtz had a 2-on-1 opportunity, and instead of passing it to Jack Hughes, he decided to go top shelf over the glove side of the goaltender. An absolutely wicked wrist shot to score himself. And also, Alexander Holtz got an assist on the first goal, a nice long pass to Yegor Sharangovich, which gave the Devils an early lead. And he also scored the only goal in the mini shootout that the two teams decided to do at the end, even though the game did end in regulation. But again, you just look at that, and yes, it's early, and yes, it's preseason, but you can't help but just get so excited with the possibilities of these two young kids. And I've talked about it before that if there's an opportunity for both these guys to be in the lineup to start the season, they're going to do it. They are good. I think that Lindy Ruff would not be afraid to have these guys play. So I think that's something to keep in mind. The Devils also have had some PTO guys, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But another good friend of mine who I also had on the podcast, Artie Carrill, actually sent me a question. What's up, Artie? Hope you're doing well. He says, who do you think is going to make the final roster from the new guys? Holtz, Mercer, both. I was literally just talking about this. I'm sure you just heard me say that. No, that is a really good question. I think now, like before the preseason started and everything, if you were to ask me, based off of how Mercer performed in the prospect scrimmage, again, he's playing against all young kids, but still, I would have said he probably has the most likely shot of making it because he looks like he's ready to go right now. After this first preseason game, and again, it is preseason, I think both of these guys have given themselves a legitimate shot. And I think that Lindy Ruff wants these two guys to experience playing at home in front of the home crowd, playing against obviously the Rangers, and to see how they perform that way. When you look at the Rangers roster for tonight, I had a chance to kind of give like a little bit of a peek just to see of who the Rangers were going to be playing this game. I mean, I'm not trying to say this to kind of knock on them, but you kind of look at the roster and you go, I mean, it's not like obviously their main core of guys. So you kind of look at it and you say, well, maybe the Devils do have a legitimate shot of, doing some good things in this game to kind of get themselves rolling. And I think that's something to look at. So when you look at the Rangers, this is the guys that they have playing here tonight. Jared Tenorti, Zach Jones, Jacob Trouba, Greg McKegg, Julian Gauthier, Chris Kreider, Barclay Goodrow, Dryden Hunt, Igor Shesterkin, Adam Huska, Braden Schneider. And funny thing about Braden Schneider, I'll tell you guys this really quick. Back in the 2020 NHL entry draft, right? The Devils had the 18th overall pick that they got from the Arizona Coyotes. And, there was a lot of talk about what were the Devils going to do with that 18th overall pick. Were they going to trade it? Were they going to move up? Were they going to move down? Like, what were they going to do with it? And we knew that most likely the Devils were going to come out of that first round, be it with 3 first overall picks. They were going to try to come out and with at least one defenseman. And at that time, when we got to about the 14th, 15th pick, Braden Schneider was the top defenseman available at that moment. And the Calgary Flames, I believe at that time, had the 16th overall pick. Well, the New York Rangers traded up with Calgary and ended up selecting Braden Schneider. So I was kind of like, all right, well, what are we going to do here? Well, the Devils ended up taking Dawson Mercer, and a lot of people looked at that move and said, that might be the steal of the first round. Because when you looked at Dawson Mercer from when he was playing in Chicoutimi, playing in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and you look at what he was able to do, he should be a top 10, easily top 15 pick. And he ended up dropping to 18th overall, and the Devils were able to take him. So that was kind of the thing that really surprised some people, that he was available that late. But so far, and again, it's just an early look, but I really, really like the way that Dawson Mercer has performed. Here's the rest of the Rangers roster for tonight. Morgan Barone, Lori Puniemi, Mason Gerston, Niels Lundqvist, Philip Hedel, Vital Kraftisov, and I apologize if I said that incorrectly. I know he's actually one of their top, I think he actually might be their top prospect. If there's any Rangers fans watching this stream, if you can confirm that for me, I would greatly appreciate it. Keandre Miller, Sammy Blais, and Mika Zibanejad. Now, the thing about Sammy Blais, I don't know if he played in any of the other preseason games prior to this one, but obviously he's going to be a guy that a lot of people are going to look at from a Rangers perspective because he was brought over in the deal that sent Pavel Buchnevich to the St. Louis Blues. And I know that a lot of Rangers fans were not thrilled about that move, and they still aren't. So Sammy Blais obviously has some pressure on himself to perform and do well while he's playing with the New York Rangers. Keandre Miller, I really, really like this kid for the New York Rangers. I look at him, he's a big, strong, physical defenseman, and if he just continues to improve his offensive game with how well he does physically and defensively, this is going to be a guy that's going to be one of your top 2, top 3 defensemen. I mean, if you pair him along with, obviously, you pair him basically with Adam Fox, obviously a guy that won a Norris Trophy, you got a really scary, defensive pairing. And I think that you might see that after a while, but, obviously we'll see what happens with the Rangers. Artie also said, hey, don't forget about my boy Shakir Mukamadula. No, I mean, the thing about Shakir that's been really impressive was, well, the first story was this. This was kind of still early on when I first joined the Hockey Podcast Network back in June of 2020. And we did a live stream for the draft. And we had 6 or 7 guys on there from different teams, different podcasts that we had to check out. And basically, when it came to that pick, we didn't really know where the Devils were going to go. And when they took Shakir, it was kind of like, who exactly is Shakir? Where did he come from? What's the deal here? What's going on? Where did he come from? And a lot of people said, yeah, he's projected to be taken in the 3rd round, but the Devils took him in the 1st. So a lot of people, understandably so, thought that was somewhat of a reach. And I mean, did I think it was a reach? I never think anything is a reach or a bad pick because, quite frankly, the NHL draft, like every other draft, is a crapshoot. You really don't know what you're getting. Look, Jesper Bratt was a 6th round pick. Okay, Yegor Sharangovich was a 5th round pick. So I mean, when you really look at it from that perspective, I don't know what to tell you. It just kind of proves to you that really, you never know what can happen in these situations. So that's kind of something to keep in mind. But Shakir has done really well with UFA. I know he got hurt last year, but since he got back and has been playing in UFA in the Continental Hockey League, which is the KHL, he's been kicking mofoba. I really got to say, he's been really good, particularly on the power play. He's a guy that is a long-term project that if he's developed correctly, could be an absolute stud of a defenseman for the Devils moving forward. So I'm excited to see him continue to perform this year. And if he does continue to perform well, I think he ends up getting his entry-level deal at the end of the season when it's all said and done. Here we go. One of my boys, Big Sports Talk, my boy Isha. What's up, Ish? Isha, the thing about Isha that's great, and by the way, he's actually one of the hosts of the Soda Pod, which covers the Minnesota Wild on this network. He's also one of the top guys, one of the head honchos here at the Hockey Podcast Network. He's the main reason that I became a part of this network. He liked the fact that I was constantly interacting with the Soda Pod, and he reached out to me and he said, hey, would you like to come on for an episode and talk some Wild hockey and everything like that? I said, yeah, and I went on for an hour. It was great. And he said, hey, we're looking for a Devils guy to cover the Devils this year. Would you be interested? I said, hell yeah. So with Bayou Benders, who covers the Montreal Canadiens and everything like that, it was we had I did basically a couple episodes with them. And then since June of 2020, I have been doing Devil's State of Mind this entire time, and it's been an absolute blast. I've gotten to meet so many people, even in the hockey world. We've had a chance to interview some great guys. We had a chance to interview Jonas Hiller, who's one of the first guests that I ever had on the podcast. We've had Eddie Lack on. We've had a couple of really other great guys. We just had on YouTube sensation Urinating Tree, talking hockey, talking Devils. If you haven't seen that episode yet, please go check that one out. I would greatly appreciate it. It's going to be it's just been absolutely phenomenal from start to finish. And I thank Isha and Dylan and everybody at the network every day for giving me this opportunity. Even this opportunity I'm doing right now. I also wanted to send a quick shout out as well to Josh Deming, who's really kind of in charge of the whole YouTube side of everything. He's also going to be doing some work covering the Seattle Kraken. He's been helping me the last couple of days to kind of get ready for this. I hope I've been doing a good enough job here through only the first 20 minutes. And yeah, you're going to be hearing me talk literally from now until the end of the game. So if you're interested in seeing my face, this is what you get. And I know also some people have been kind of curious to know that, they've heard my voice, but they never actually had the chance to see who was the man behind the voice. Well, this is me. This is Neil Villapiano, and this is the guy that is your host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast. So there we go about that. Now we have another question here. Well, actually, it's not a question. It's Isha again saying, I don't smoke anymore, by the way. That's great. I'm really happy for you, Isha, that you're not doing that, man. Good for you. That's wonderful. I didn't know how to respond to that right off the bat. Matty D, what's up, Matty? He says, what's your score prediction? It's kind of hard to make a prediction for a preseason game, but I don't really know. If you want me to give you a score prediction, I'll say the Devils win 5-2. So if any Rangers fan is upset with that, well, that's tough. I think that when you look at the fact that the Devils have a lot of their young, talented, guys coming in, and then you have some of the new guys that are coming into play as well, I think there is the potential for these guys to put up some goals. I think that they want to put up some goals, basically. And I think that's something that we have to definitely try to expect when it comes to this game. And now that I said that, it'll probably be like a 1-0, 2-1 score. So that's kind of, that's basically what we're at right now. Bobby Burdick, she says, sounds so great. Can't wait. Yep. I can't wait either. I'm really excited for this game. I'm excited to do more watch-alongs like this. I'm going to be doing a lot more. I actually plan on potentially doing one for opening night for Devils versus the Chicago Blackhawks. I don't believe I'll be the only one on that watch along. So I'm really excited that I'm going to actually be able to have a couple people on. So I'm very excited about that. And man of the hour, guy was just talking about Josh Deming. He said, look at this beauty. Oh, thanks, Josh. You're making me blush, man. No, he's a great guy. He's done really well. JJ TV, he actually covers Borussia Dortmund, which is a soccer team or football, depending on where you're from. Over in Germany, they play in Bundesliga, which is the top league in Germany. So if you're a fan of whether it's the Bundesliga or Borussia Dortmund or anything like that, make sure to go check out his channel. He does a lot of watch-alongs. He's the one that actually brought this whole idea to us and everything. And so far, this has been a lot of fun. Granted, we're only like 20 minutes in, but still, I'm having a lot of fun, connecting with you guys. Again, Isha, the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, that's what I'm called sometimes. I'm also called your everybody's favorite Ginzo. And speaking of Ginzo, ladies and gentlemen, in front of me is not just any sort of wine. This is the Villapiano homemade wine. This is something that we make every single year, and obviously not last year because of COVID. So this is about 2 years old. And we've been doing it for basically over 100 years. We're actually going to be starting the process of making wine literally tomorrow, October 2nd. We spent most of today cleaning everything and getting ready to go. And that was kind of, that was a little bit stressful, obviously, and also thinking about this. But I'm really, really excited to make wine again, have family come over. It was obviously a long year, and it was definitely a weird year without making wine, but I have this. So cheers, guys. Ooh, that is good. Granted, this is 2 years old. But you know what? As they say, wine gets better with age. So that's something that that we have here. My boy Josh again asked me, Neil, where do you see the Rangers and Devils finishing this season? That is a really good question, Josh. Look, I've been, it's easy for me as a Devils fan, obviously, and covering the Devils, for me to say, oh, 100%. Look at all the things that we've done this offseason. Everything is going right for us finally. We're going to make the playoffs. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I would say this. I think the Devils at best, judging by the way that they look, I think they're a team that can finish at least in the playoffs. I believe that they could finish as the 8th seed. I think they're going to be a team that's going to be scrappy, that's going to make problems for a lot of teams, be a hard team to play against. And I think that they're a team that can definitely make a run at it. And I think that's what Tom Fitzgerald wants. I think best case scenario, the Devils make the playoffs. Worst case scenario for me personally, I think the Devils finish a couple points out of the playoffs. And next year is the year that we really kind of get going. But Tom Fitzgerald made it clear that we have to, as an organization, have to get out of this rebuild. This has to be the year where we're done rebuilding. We're now taking that next step forward to going to the playoffs and eventually becoming Stanley Cup contenders. And to answer the question about the Rangers, look, here's the thing about the Rangers. Do I think that they're more talented overall than the Devils? I mean, in some capacities, yes. Do I think they're a little bit further along in their whole thing? Yes. And again, I will say this, and I think some Rangers fans actually would agree with me. The Rangers never rebuilt. They kind of like retooled. Yes, they got rid of the old core, but they never really stopped being like at least a decent team. They were never like horrible. Remember, when the Rangers got the second overall pick and when they got the first overall pick in the last couple of years, they weren't like at the bottom of the league. They jumped a bunch of spots to get to both of those. And that's no knock on them. That's just the system of the draft lottery. So that's the way we have to look at this, and that's the way you have to look at it all. I like what the Rangers did by bringing in Gerard Gallant. He is a hard-nosed, no BS type of coach. He does have a lot of success. Look at what he did, obviously, in Vegas. And I think the Rangers are looking to be a little bit tougher. And I think if they can use that to their ability, this is a team that I think definitely can make the playoffs. Look, both of these teams are playing in with, without a doubt, the toughest division in the National Hockey League. The Metropolitan Division is the division of death. Just like last year in the Mass Mutual East Division, this is the division of death. I mean, this is a division that, is going to you have to decide 4 spots with maybe 6, 7 teams. But I do believe that the Rangers are a team that will make the playoffs. I think that this is that year where they kind of get it together, full 82-game season with the fans back. I think they're ready to go. And I think Gerard Gallant is that coach that takes them to the next step of being there. So that's kind of my prediction as to whether or not, as to basically where I think both teams will go. He's just saying, tell us you're Italian without telling us you are Italian. Jersey guy and winemaker, LOL. Yeah, that's what I get. Yeah, I get a lot of that. We do, we still do what is called after hours, which sometimes we do on Fridays, where a bunch of us just sit around for a couple hours live on Twitter. And we just talk about all things hockey and everything like that. And all of us have to drink something. And basically, I came in the first time and I started drinking this. And everybody goes, oh, look at that. He's our favorite Italian is here. And yeah, that's the reputation that I have. And that's the reputation I'm going to stick from now on. RME goes, let's effing go, Devils. Absolutely. Absolutely. Again, it's just so exciting to have Devils hockey back, man. I mean, I'm sure I could speak for a lot of Devils fans. It's just great that the guys in red and black are going to be playing again, and it's a normal season. And it's going to be a season like no other, kind of like last year, because guess what? Not only do we have obviously the regular season, but we have an all-star game this year. We have outdoor games, and we have the Olympics. There's so much that's going to be happening. And I will tell you this right now. I am certainly going to be doing some watchalongs for the Olympics. Yeah, I'm going to get up at the butt crack of dawn at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and doing live streams because I am so excited to just talk hockey, whether it's the Devils or not. I absolutely love this sport. It's a passion of mine. And I'm just so excited for all of the things that are going to be happening this hockey season. And I really hope you guys are with me and the rest of the Hockey Podcast Network on this journey. It's going to be so much fun. My guy, Dylan, another one of the main head honchos at the Hockey Podcast Network, he says, look at this stud. Thank you. Man, I'm getting a lot of really nice comments about my look. I didn't think that was going to be the case today. He also says, thoughts on the Dougie Hamilton contract? Here's the thing about it, and it's going to sound biased, but I gotta be real. I gotta be real, and I would say this basically. When it comes to Dougie Hamilton contract, it's a perfect contract for who he is. And you look at it also from the buyout perspective, it doesn't hurt the Devils that much. It actually can put them in a position where if they have to buy him out in the later years, it's really not going to hurt them all that much. So I think that's the kind of thing that's really exciting about it for me. So I think that's the way you got to look at it. By the way, guys, just to let you know, the fantasy hockey draft as well started. Again, like I said, I'm going to be picking 11th in the first round. I don't know if I'm picking like earlier in the second round, but we'll see. So if I'm obviously kind of going left to right, watching the game and everything like that, I have the game, by the way, over here on mute for obvious reasons. I have it on the Devils network, which is MSG Plus. So obviously, if you're from this area, MSG Plus. Erica Walker just appeared on my screen, so that's obviously a good sign that I'm in the right place. But yeah, all in all with the Dougie Hamilton contract, look, the Devils had to spend money at some point, and they gave the money to the right player. This is a guy that can definitely win a Norris Trophy in New Jersey, something that I never had the chance to see as a young Devils fan. But the potential with Dougie Hamilton, he deserved this contract. He's now beginning the prime of his career. This is a guy that's going to be the anchor of defense, the anchor of our power play. And with his big body frame, he's just going to be really good. And I think that the contract is actually going to last longer than people think it's going to. I think it could last 5 to 6 years because of the way that Dougie Hamilton plays the game. So I think that's something to keep in mind. Steve Cangelosi and Ken Danico basically just decided to show up on the screen. Well, I mean, obviously that's by choice. I think Ken Danico might have gotten some new glasses, kind of similar to mine. I know a lot of Devils community love to make memes about Ken Danico, but everything is other thing. The next question: what is this game going to tell you about each team? This is what it's going to tell me, Isha, and thank you for the question, and thank you for a lot of the comments. I appreciate it. It's going to tell me this. From perspective of Alexander Holtz and Dawson Mercer, was that first game the way you played? Was that just a one and done, or is this going to be something that we are going to see a lot of, and you showcasing that you guys are ready to take that next step, playing in the NHL, even with very little professional hockey experience? That's going to take away. The other takeaway from the Devils' perspective is simply this: how do the new guys fit in? Is the chemistry working well? Is there things to work on and everything like that? That's kind of the things that I take away from this, but I'm also just not going to worry about it again because it is preseason. If everybody could just get out of this and be healthy and also kind of look good doing it, that's obviously all we can ask for. RME also says, stop calling them the Rangers. They're the Rags, bro. Yes, I call them the Rags on social media. I don't say it a lot on here because whenever I start recording, the journalist in me comes out. So it happens. But yes, they are the Rags. If you are a Devils fan, Rangers fans, I'm not apologizing for that. But no, I mean, I've had the chance to talk to some Rangers people, and I will say this. It's never been about the players that I've never liked. It's really been the fans. A lot of Rangers fans drive me nuts. Not all of them. I do have some friends that are Rangers fans, but there are a lot of Rangers fans that really irritate me. So that's just it. It's nothing personal, even though it does sound like it's nothing personal. It's just how it goes. It's just how it goes. That's the way I look at it. So that's what it is. So Josh asking me, what are you drinking? Well, in case you didn't hear it before, Josh, I'm drinking some nice white wine that is made by my family, the Villa Pianos, that we make downstairs in our basement. And it's actually 2 years old because we didn't have the chance to make it last year. But it's good, man. Again, like I said before, just like, the old saying goes, wine does get better as it ages. So it's really good. So now we're going over here to Dylan, and Dylan says, this guy is fucking jacked. I mean, I have been going to the gym a lot, so I thank you for noticing. I think you might be the first person that's kind of noticed that. And again, I mean, I am wearing the Devils reverse retro jersey, which is by far one of the best reverse retros in the game. I don't think any of you can debate that. I don't think any of you could say like, oh, this jersey looks like crap. No, this is good, man. This is a great jersey. This is absolutely great jersey. Bar Down Breakdown, who covers, the Islanders and also does a lot of, really great stuff with music. He says, have a blast, bud. hopefully both teams lose. Well, I don't know if it's possible for both teams to lose, but we'll see about that. I actually also just found out that I am on the clock with my first pick in the what's it called, the fantasy draft for the Slapshot Sweethearts. There's a lot of good picks here: Mikko Rantanen, Victor Hedman, Jonathan Huberdeau, Sebastian Aho. And just Adam Fox. Like, I'm really tempted to take Adam Fox. I have like a minute to kind of make this decision. So if any of you guys can give me a quick your take as to who I should take, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, it's Mikko Rantanen, Hedman, Huberdeau, Aho, Martinez, Patrick Kane. Ooh, Patrick Kane might be the move here, guys. Darcy Kemper, Pasternak as well. That's a really good, really good here. Just kind of hoping that thing. He just says pick Aho, damn it. Okay. I may. I'm just gonna see here. I'm gonna give it like another 10 seconds or so before I make my decision, because I gotta pick, because otherwise I'm gonna end up auto picking Mikko Rantanen, which is honestly not a bad move at all. But all right, I think I'm just gonna make the pick, and I ended up taking Patrick Kane. So sorry, Ish. If Sebastian Aho is available with my next pick, which is in like a couple picks, I will do that for you. Here we go. We got Rhett Tristix. He says, how do you watch the New Jersey Devils games when out of area? Now, that's a good question. What I would suggest to people when it comes to, basically like out of area, I would probably, especially this year with the fact that we're going to have ESPN Plus, I would try to obviously do ESPN Plus. I'm sure there's obviously some other places that I don't know off the top of my head that you can look. I don't know if I can say this, but I'll say it anyway. You can check Reddit. Reddit's sometimes got some good streams that you can check out. Those are just some options. If anybody has also some suggestions as well, you can leave them in the comments. I'll obviously, say it out loud, but everything. Isha, as everybody can tell here, is not happy that I did not take Aho. There's nothing against Aho. I mean, I have nothing against him. It's just that like Patty Kane is usually like a definite guy when it comes to getting fantasy points. Not saying Aho doesn't, but like it's kind of hard not to take him. I'm also, by the way, in a fantasy draft with the Hockey Pod Network, and we're actually going to be streaming that on Monday, the 4th. We actually had to do keepers, so I actually got to keep some of my players from last year. Guys like Ovechkin, I have Marc-Andre Fleury, Jack Hughes. So I'm pretty happy about that. This is a little bit different because I'm using ESPN. Never done ESPN fantasy hockey before. And then Isha also says, man, that team is going to score so much. Yeah, I mean, they will. And again, look, Aho is still there, and I'm like 2 picks away. So again, Isha, I promise you, if Aho is still there within 2 picks, I will take him just for you because I love you so much. Speaking of the game, because that's what we're all here for, Devils are about to start. They're showing the goaltenders. It's Jonathan Bernier versus Igor Shesterkin here in the beginning of the game. So we are about ready to start this one. And I'm on the clock. And guess what, Isha? Sebastian Aho is still available. And because I love you so much, I'm going to take him. Is that okay? I'll give you a couple seconds to answer that question. But face-off dropped, and we are underway in this one. And Isha goes, as I'll show you guys, if you pass on him again, I'm sending you the slap emoji. All right. To avoid getting slapped in the face through a screen, which I don't know how is possible, I will take Sebastian Aho with my second pick. So my first 2 picks in this fantasy draft are Patrick Kane and Sebastian Aho. Now, just because I need your guys' help, because I know there's a lot of smart hockey people watching this stream, if you guys could make a suggestion as to what position do I go for next, do I go defenseman, forward, or goaltender, please let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate that because I need some help to try to come up with a really good team. A lot of guys are picking their players very quickly, so I guess a lot of people have it. But we're about a minute into the game here, ladies and gentlemen, and I mean, there isn't much to really say other than obviously it's been a pretty quiet start. PK Subban is playing, so obviously I'm interested to see how PK performs this year, and I like the fact that he's probably going to be on a third-line defensive pairing. And, that was a good shot by Grelot as he got a pass like right on the slot, and a nice deflection by Dawson Mercer. Nearly found the net there, but was a good save by Shesterkin, who if there's any Rangers fans listening to this, can you explain to me like where Shesterkin came from? Because I don't remember like a lot of people talking about him until he actually got to the NHL when the Rangers had the whole dilemma of Lundqvist, Shesterkin, and Georgiev. And also, what do you guys think of Georgiev? Like, do you still think that the Rangers should just keep him? Should they trade him to get some assets for him? I mean, what do you guys think? Because I'm really curious to know here. Right now, the Devils have done a pretty good job of keeping the puck in the zone. Tyce Thompson with it at the moment. Dougie Hamilton making his first shift. Granted, it's preseason, but still his first shift as a New Jersey Devil, wearing that number 7. I don't know. It looks like him wearing 7 is kind of weird. I mean, granted, he could have chose a different number, but it's all right. And Tyce Thompson with a shot that got blocked. So we got that. I'm kind of curious also to know, as Nico Hischier, again, right back into the zone. The Devils are doing well on the forecheck so far to kind of keep things rolling here. And now Adam Graves has the puck. And Adam Graves, it's funny because obviously he can't wear 27 because it's retired by Scott Niedermayer. But at the same time, like 33 is kind of a somewhat of a random number, but I mean, a number is a number. Jonathan Bernier just made his first save, and now they're showing Lindy Ruff. Second season as a Devils head coach. He is 4th most among active NHL head coaches for wins with 755. So do I think he gets to 800 this year? Well, that would be pretty damn impressive because that means the Devils get, 45 wins? That would be pretty damn impressive. No, I don't think he gets to 800 this year. But if he stays on after this year, it'd be nice to see him get to that, as the Rangers had a nice shot that was tipped in front and kind of popped up in the air. But the I guess you'd say Jonathan Bernier was able to clear that puck. So that was basically it. But yeah, and also with regards to the fantasy draft, I'm a couple picks away. So again, if you guys have any suggestions as to what position I should go after next, forward, defenseman, or goaltender, please let me know in the comments. I would greatly appreciate the help. As Mika Zibanejad with a nice shot that is saved and stopped by Jonathan Bernier. And Jonathan Bernier, another one of the new guys that's with the New Jersey Devils. The Devils have, a really solid number 2 goaltender that can take a lot of time off and kind of help Mackenzie Blackwood. And I think that's something that we've all been kind of hoping for, to just find that solid number 2 goaltender for this team to kind of help Blackwood, give him some time to rest and kind of go from there. I also want to say again, thank you guys so much for joining me here on this live stream, our first watch along on the Hockey Podcast Network. Again, my name is Neil Villapiano. I'm the host of the Devils State of Mind podcast, which covers the New Jersey Devils. And we talk all things Devils, baby. That's what we is. So if you're a fan of the red and black, make sure to like and subscribe. New episodes every Monday and Thursday. So Mika Zibanejad has already had 2 shots on goal, which is not a surprise. And now we have an opportunity. Jesper Boquist coming in, and he takes a nice shot as he caught a defenseman slipping a little bit. He's able to get a good shot on goal, but Shesterkin makes the save. I'm just about ready to make my 3rd pick here in the fantasy draft, so we'll see how that goes. I like that I'm multitasking here, talking to you guys, watching the game, and a nice chance in front. Dougie Hamilton passed it right out to Dawson Mercer, right in front of the net. He was wide open, but Mercer was not able to get a stick on it. Otherwise, he might have had himself a goal. And, the Prudential Center would have been going nuts with that type of opportunity. So that was a good opportunity, but was all for naught, which is unfortunate. So now we're doing this as a good chance here for the Rangers, as they're making a little bit of a push here. There's some young guys, some guys that I don't know that well yet, that are also playing. Groslo, who I think has been in the Devils system for a couple of years now. So that's something to kind of know. Chase DeLeo, he actually played in the Anaheim Ducks organization for the last couple of years, so he's kind of a minor league player. PK Subban, and he scores! PK Subban with a blast from the point. And 4.5 minutes in, the Devils have grabbed the 1-0 lead, and that is the type of play I want to see PK Subban make all year long. If that's what we're getting from PK, he's going to have his best season by far with the Devils. And that was a great shot through a nice screen, as I believe it was Chase DeLeo and also actually it was DeLeo and it was Tyce Thompson, a double screen in front, and Shesterkin had no chance to do that. So that was a great play by PK Subban. By the way, I took my first defenseman in the fantasy draft. I took Dougie Hamilton because he was kind of like the best player available. So you kind of sometimes you just got to take the best player. So far, Patty Kane, Sebastian Aho, and Dougie Hamilton. I think I'm going to try to go goaltender for my next one. Kind of disappointed with the amount of goaltenders that are available, but hey, I could get lucky. You never know. So we'll see about that. But yeah, PK Subban getting the first goal of the evening here for the Devils. That was a big one. And that was impressive. And it looks like the Rangers are actually going to the sin bin here, going to the penalty box. Not sure exactly who took the penalty, but again, just a beautiful thing. And actually, when they show the replay, it hit off of the skate of Keandre Miller and then went in. So that was why it actually got into the net. Otherwise, it was going wide. And it looks like it's Lundqvist, for the Rangers, not Henrik Lundqvist, Lindqvist, who got called for tripping, I believe. So the Devils on the power play here, already up 1-0. So if you're a Devils fan, this is a good start. This is a really, really good start to the game. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the Devils look on the power play, because the Devils' power play for the last couple of years has been really, really bad. They pass the puck way too much. They don't shoot it enough. And I would like to hope that with the nucleus of talent now that we have here, we do shoot the puck a little bit more. As Dougie Hamilton now giving it a one-timer to Tomas Tatar. A good save by Shesterkin. So the two new guys forming some chemistry there. I'm really happy that the Devils ended up getting Tatar. He's that top six guy that we've been lacking. And whether he's paired with Jack Hughes or Nico on that first line, that it doesn't matter. I think he's going to perform admirably for the New Jersey Devils. And also he had to make a deal with Jesper Boquist to kind of take the number 90. So Tatar now has that number. Boquist is now wearing number 70. And I believe I did see it actually on the Devils social media that the bet, there wasn't a bet. The deal was that Tatar got Boquist a really nice watch. I think it was like a Rolex. It was a really nice watch. I wish I could have a watch like that. There's a good chance in front by Zacha as he whacked at it. But Shesterkin makes a save about a minute to go left on this power play. Also, they gave Michael McLeod and Chase DeLeo assists. So Chase DeLeo making an impact trying to make this team. He's not on a PTO. He's actually more of, he got signed. So I think he's definitely going to be somebody that I think most likely is going to end up with the Utica Comets in the AHL. But, if he's playing well, he could do it. So I am now on the clock, by the way, with my fourth pick as the Devils come back in here. And once again, a little bit too much passing and results in a clear. So now I got to figure out, what do I want to do here? Campbell or Shesterkin as my number one goaltender? This is kind of tough. I'll give you guys a second here to kind of answer if you want to answer, like who you guys think I should take or go from there. Also, Freddie Anderson, Markstrom, those are a couple other guys. And yes, Yanni Kuokkanen right in the slot with just 8 seconds to go on the power play, and it's 2-0 Devils. Woo! This is exactly a beautiful start for the Devils. This is great, man. I absolutely am loving this start by the Devils. So I'm going to quickly go back here to my fantasy draft, and I think I'm going to end up taking. This is tough. I'm going to end up taking Jack Campbell. I think that he's going to be able to win me some games this year. But yeah, Yanni Kuokkanen right in the slide was a great play, and the Devils most importantly have grabbed that 2-0 lead. That is really good start. This is exactly what you wanted to see if you're Lindy Ruff, if you're the Devils. If you're a Devils fan, this is great. Absolutely love it. Kevin Weeks says, "Hi, Neil. Love the podcast. Keep it up." Thank you, man. I really appreciate the support. I appreciate the support from everybody here watching this. This is great, man. I'm having a lot of fun talking to you guys, watching this game. The Devils kicking ass just 7 minutes in, and we're up 2-0. And the Devils are doing a good job defensively here. When the Devils announce who got assists, I'll let you guys know. But it is 2-0 Devils with 12:47 to go here in the first period. Goals by PK Subban and Yanni Kuokkanen. have been the difference so far in this game. Once again, my boy Esam, man, you were getting me jacked on a team I don't give a you-know-what about. Great stream. Thank you, Ish. Ish actually is a big fan of, obviously he's a fan of the Minnesota Wild, but he's also a big fan of the Vancouver Canucks. He's from the Vancouver Islands, which I found out that's actually what they call it, not Vancouver, Vancouver Islands. And funny story, because I like telling you guys some stories as we're actually going to go to our first commercial break here, so I have a little bit more time to focus on you guys. I use the Calm app, which I don't know if a lot of people know. I over the past year, when it comes, through the pandemic, I learned to become a huge fan of meditation, and the Calm app was the first thing that came to my mind. I saw a commercial with LeBron James in it, and I actually decided to use it, and I absolutely have loved it. And there's also what they call sleep stories, to actually kind of help you fall asleep. And they also have soundscapes as well, where you can just kind of listen to a very nice tone that kind of helps you fall asleep. And one of them is called the Pacific Northwest. So, Ish, I kind of feel like I know now a little bit of what it sounds like every night to fall asleep near where you are. And I got to be honest with you, I'm pretty excited. And I hope I get the opportunity to go out there at some point and hang out with you guys, because I think it would be an absolute blast. But yeah, that's something to that's something that I'm like a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of travel, and Isha loves it. She says, "Oh hell yeah, baby, yeah, I know." I'm sure we talked about it before that we want to do this. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So again, I'm into now my fifth pick in this fantasy hockey draft. I think I'm probably going to end up going forward again, because it looks like right now a lot of best available players are forwards. Isha again saying ocean and rain, baby. Yeah, I mean, that's literally exactly what I was hearing, and I think it was absolutely awesome, and I absolutely love it. Bryce Salvador just came on the screen. Guys, I got to tell you something right now. Bryce Salvador, this man needs to be a coach. I'm not saying he has to be a head coach. This guy has to be a defensive coach somewhere, because I really think that he's so bright and he understands the game so well from the defensive perspective that I really think that he could benefit the Devils. So if the Devils are looking for a defensive coach down the road, which, considering if Elaine Nasruddin does as poor of a job this year as he did last year, they may be looking for one. But I like him as a broadcaster. He was a little bit rough to kind of start, but over time, I think he's been really good. Alexander Holtz and PK Subban with assists on the power play goal by Yanni Kwokin to make it 2-0. So for Holtz, that's now a goal and 2 assists so far for him in the preseason. PK Subban adding it now. He had a goal and now he has an assist. So some guys here, some main guys really making some noise. This is exactly how I wanted to see this game start out. And I mean, I'm hoping for a lot of games like this throughout the year. I'm a big proponent, being a big hockey guy, big proponent of getting out to a fast start. Miles Wood coming down the left wing by himself, and he takes a nice shot that is saved by Shesterkin. And the Devils are doing a really good job, particularly on the forecheck, just keeping the puck in, moving it around, and doing things like that. And I'm really impressed. And also, with regards to Dougie Hamilton, I didn't realize this until now, because obviously I get the chance to see him on a game-to-game basis. He is freaking huge. Him next to Adam Graves, we have arguably, combined height-wise, like one of the tallest defensive pairings in the NHL. I think that's something I definitely think we're high on the list on. We're not high on a lot of lists, but we are definitely. I'm sure we're definitely high in more ways than one on that list for the top, the tallest defenseman here. As Grelot has the puck and he makes a nice pass to Mercer, but it was picked off. Kind of wondering to see how Dawson Mercer can perform here as a 2-on-1 opportunity for the Rangers. But Jonathan Bernier making the stop here. Great play to keep it out. So now I'm on to my next selection here. So we'll see who I decided to take. There's a lot of good opportunities. There's a lot of good players here, but I'm actually going to end up taking Matthew Tkachuk. I think that's a really good pick. Kind of surprised that he, ranking wise in fantasy, he's that low. Like, great, he's a great player. He's one of the top 100 players on this list, but still, like, I thought he would have been taken by now, but apparently he's not. So that's kind of something to look at. So I'm going to quickly check here to see if, like, is there any way that I could actually see? Because again, I've never used I've never used ESPN fantasy, so I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to figure. Oh, here we go. Now I found my picks. So yeah, like I said, so far Patty Kane, Sebastian Aho, Matthew Tkachuk, Dougie Hamilton, and Jack Campbell. That's a good opportunity for Miles Wood crashing the net, but Shesterkin makes a save. I want to see Miles Wood be doing that all year long. I want to see him piss off every single team in the NHL, crashing that, being physical. And you know what? It's not wild and crazy like he was when he was a younger player. He's a lot more mature. He's much more of a leader on this team. And I think that even with him arguably being the fastest player on this team, and certainly one of the more physical players on this team, I think he's going to be an absolute beauty for us this upcoming year. My boy, Mr. Taco Reviews. Mr. Taco, he's actually one of the co-hosts of the Bottom Line podcast, which is I'm actually a host with, along with also my good friend Jimmy Finizzi. Taco, what's good, my friend? Austin, hope you're doing well, my guy. He's a big Vegas Golden Knights fan, also a big Blackhawks fan as well. I'm actually now on the clock once again for my fantasy draft. I'm gonna pick a defenseman now because I think it's well timed. And Shea Theodore. Shea Theodore is available. So is Brent Burns and Alex Pietrangelo. There's a lot of good defensemen here that I think I'm going to look at. But I'm actually going to take Shea Theodore. I really like Shea Theodore. He's like arguably their top defenseman other than Alex Pietrangelo. And this is a guy that I've said before I think is definitely Norris Trophy level type player. I think he can very well win one in the next couple of years. Josh Deming again says, thoughts on the Ottawa Senators? First and foremost, the Ottawa Senators have arguably the best uniform combination in the NHL. I love that they went back to these old style classic uniforms they wore in the early 2000s. The black ones look phenomenal, and I'm definitely going to get one. I'm a huge fan of Stützle. A huge fan of Norris. I think that honestly, Ottawa could be a team that could definitely make some noise in their division. Do I think that they're a playoff team? I think they're a little bit, I think they're another year away. I do believe that. I think if they get another really high top level player, I think that they're in that position. But I really like Ottawa. I love their uniforms. My guy Shane Ryan, he's another host. He actually covers the Ottawa Senators. He and I are really good friends. He actually was one of the hosts of the Devils podcast before I jumped on. I've been on a couple of things with him, and we talk hockey all the time, and I'm sure he's happy that I said that. Mr. Taco says, you took my father's Shea. Well, I mean, wouldn't you? I mean, if you're in my position, that's the way I look at it. Dougie Hamilton with a shot, and then a rebound chance by Tyce Thompson. Tyce Thompson, and it's 3-0 Devils with 7:10 to go in the first period. This is phenomenal. Dougie Hamilton getting his first point. Granted, again, it's preseason, but getting his first point as a Devil. Tyce Thompson, who played a couple games last year with the Devils during the season, he gets a nice job. He's standing right in front of net. Perfect position. And then he's able to just whack it home on the rebound on the backhand all alone, and he gets that goal. And the Devils are just rolling right now. I guess they found out about this stream and they said, man, we got to put on a show while Neil's doing this live watch-along. And I am super excited with how this game is going. And I know it sounds kind of ridiculous because I'm getting super excited over a preseason game, but just watching these guys play, watching, Devils hockey again, live Devils hockey, I'm just super excited. Christopher saying, go Rangers. Yeah, no. Exactly, especially considering the fact that it's 3-0 Devils in the first period. Again, preseason. Alexander Holtz all alone in front, and he tried to go backhand, but Shesterkin made the save. Oh, the place would have gone nuts if Alexander Holtz had scored there. Great opportunity, but it's crazy. Mr. Taco says, dude, we need to do this for Bottom Line Podcast. Yeah, man. I mean, I would highly recommend using StreamYard for it. That's what I'm using for this. StreamYard is really simple and really easy. This is literally the first time I've used StreamYard ever, and I absolutely love it because it's very simple and it's very easy for me to see your guys' comments and interact with you guys. This is great. So I would highly recommend it. Tell Jimmy about it. Let him know that we should use it and kind of do it because I think it would be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and we can bring on some guests and everything. And so we're actually going to go to another commercial break. 6:04 to go in the first period, and it is 3-0 Devils. Then as far as as far as my fantasy draft is concerned, again, just to kind of give you guys an update, Patrick Kane, Sebastian Aho, Matthew Tkachuk, Dougie Hamilton, Shea Theodore, and Jack Campbell. And yet there's a lot. There's a lot of picks, by the way. KT, he says, don't care for either team, but curious to see who wins. Well, KT, so far it's 3-0 Devils, so unless the Devils do their classic blow a 3-0 lead, which a lot of Devils fans know what I'm talking about, I think the Devils have a good shot of winning this game, but we'll see. My guy, Jimmy Finizzi, one of the other hosts of the Bottom Line podcast, saying, I'm currently watching. Let's definitely do it, my dude. Also, he spelled definitely wrong. So, yeah, Jimmy, that's not really good that you misspelled that, but we'll let it slide for just this moment. He's also a Rangers fan, so I'm sure he's not enjoying so far how this game is going, but sorry, not sorry. So there's that. JJD TV, which is also Jason. I mentioned his YouTube channel before. Napoli winning this weekend. Who are they playing? Fiorentina? I forgot who exactly they're playing, but honestly, the way that Spalletti has orchestrated this club, absolutely. I think this could be that year. I don't want to jump the gun, but I really do think that this could be that year that Napoli could win the entire league. I think that would be awesome. Rough going in Europa League yesterday, but it is Europa League, and what are you going to do? But again, it's early days, and we'll see how things perform moving forward. And now I'm back on the clock when it comes to my fantasy draft. So far, I have 2 defensemen, 3 forwards. Do I want to go goalie? Let's check to see who's a goalie right now. Markstrom, Bennington, Blackwood. There's some other guys down the road that I think I could definitely go after. Wow. Apparently Bo Horvat is still available. Do I do it? Do I take Bo Horvat? Do I do it? I feel like I need to do it. I feel like I need Andre Palat as well. It's Chris Kreider, Anders Lee, Devon Tays. I think I'm going to take Bo Horvat. I think that's the move here as the game is back underway here. So I'm going to take Bo Horvat. I think that was a good move. My guy Ish, he likes that pick, so we got that. KT says, I'm late. I thought the game just started. No, it actually ended up starting at 7 o'clock. But you know what? Better late than never. Oh my goodness, what a save it was like a diving leg pad save by Jonathan Bernier. And he was able to rob the Rangers from scoring. There is another shot in front as Bernier makes another save here as he's continuing to shut the door. But the Rangers are definitely coming on here as that puck is deflected up in the air and then out of play. And we get a stoppage of play. 5:08 to go. 3-0 Devils. Jonathan Bernier making some good saves. Adam Graves now going on to the bench. He's got a little bit of a dark visor, so he looks kind of cool with that. Jimmy says, it's preseason, my dude. All good. It's not preseason for the Bottom Line podcast, my friend. I mean, come on. You gotta at least do punctuating. And then he goes, JJD TV, who are the new subs to this beautiful channel? I mean, hey, man, if you guys are subscribing as well, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. The whole network really appreciate it because, look, I'm not going to be the only one doing streams, man. There's going to be so many different watch-alongs throughout the season with different teams, different podcast hosts. You guys are going to love it. This is only the first one, and it is preseason. You'll see me again. Don't worry. And again, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon right now, but there's going to be so much content coming out through the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. So if you're a diehard hockey fan and you're looking for great content, like and subscribe to us. We'd really appreciate it. A really good shot by Mika Zibanejad from a tough angle. And either Bernier made the save or it just went high and wide of the net. But either way, it did not go in as we're going to get another commercial break with 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. Still 3-0 Devils. Isha with the big bow comment. Thank you, Isha. I appreciate it, man. I really do. Yeah, no, I'm kind of surprised. Somebody also apparently also somebody said in this chat that I'm in, it said, how the hell was Nikolai Ehlers still available and in like round 7? And I was like, oh crap, I didn't even see that. I would have taken him if he was there. I'm a big fan of Nikolai Ehlers. I think he's one of the most underrated players in the NHL right now, and I'm just really impressed with the way that he's playing. On the clock once again. Let's see, we got forwards and we got defensemen. I kind of feel like I need to wait on a goaltender, but it might be the bad decision. I don't know. Ooh, Charlie McAvoy. Guys, do I take Charlie McAvoy? Do I take Charlie McAvoy? I feel like I need to, considering he's still there. Also, Morgan Riley's there, but I don't know. Like, you got, Zaitsev and Krug and Morrissey are after that. Ehlers one of the most underrated talents. As Isha says, Ehlers one of the most underrated talents in the league. Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. He's definitely an underrated player, and I feel like at some point he needs to get paid. Maybe the Devils will pay him. Who knows? But no, I think that he's a guy that can carry that Winnipeg Jets team. I think that's really what it is. So I think I'm going to end up taking Charlie McAvoy here as my next pick. So that's what I'm going to do. So we have it here. So far, and actually, the Devils are doing a trivia question. Jonathan Bernier is one of two goaltenders to make his NHL debut overseas. Who is the other? One of two goaltenders one of his two goaltenders that is playing now? Because to me, I think the answer to this question is somebody that we had on the Devil's State of Mind podcast. I believe it is Jonas Hiller. When the trivia answer comes up, I'll let you guys know what the answer was. But that is that. Brothers of Discussion, my boys. I love these guys. These guys are great. They talk Red Wings. They talk wrestling. And they're just funny as hell. Like, I've listened to some episodes. They always seem to put me in a good mood. I absolutely love listening to those guys. They say, Bernier is going to be missed in Detroit. Enjoy him in New Jersey. Yeah, man. It's really crazy. But again, you got Alex Nedeljkovic for literally nothing. So that was a good move by you. 2-on-1 opportunity. Jimmy Vesey, the former Ranger, with a great shot on goal, but Shesterkin making the right leg pad save there. As Jimmy Vesey is one of the PTOs, one of the tryout players on this team. I actually am kind of hoping to see him perform as PK Subban with another one-time shot that was stopped by Shesterkin. This offense, by the way, for the Devils tonight has been really, really good. I'm really impressed. By the way, if you guys are hearing like a lot of screaming going on, I have some other people in the house that are watching the Yankee game, so they're probably getting fired up for that. It's okay. You can make noise. You can make noise. Nobody cares. Everybody's fine with it. Devils are going to the penalty box as it's PK Subban, and it looks like he's going to get called for, he tripped the player. All right, well, that's not great. So hopefully that doesn't totally kill the Devils' momentum here as we're late in the first period with the Devils still up 3-0. But yeah, Jonathan Bernier, we finally got that 1B goaltender that hopefully is going to stay here for a while and be really good. He was arguably the best player on a really, really bad Detroit Red Wings team, and I'm pretty excited that we got him on the deal we did. Taco says, who wins tonight, Hawks or Blues? Again, it's preseason, but I'm going to say Blackhawks, and they're probably going to win like 3-1. That's my prediction. You said the Klinkster. I like that. I actually really like that. That's a good name. Jeff C saying, wow, I don't care if it's preseason. They look great. Unfortunately, just as I looked at that, the Rangers scored. It's Mika Zibanejad 14 seconds in. What a shocker. It's Mika Zibanejad. So yeah, unfortunately, that's going to probably kill some of the momentum that we had. So everything was going well until Subban took that bad penalty. And now the Rangers are back in this game. And that was a great shot. It was a one-time shot by Mika Zibanejad, top shelf. Not much Jonathan Bernier could do there. And Rangers are kind of back in this. I'm a little bit nervous because I really don't want to start blowing leads. Even though it's preseason, I really don't want to start blowing leads again. I'm really not trying to get mad here tonight, guys. I'm having a great time so far. I'm really not in the mood to get mad. Not at all. My guys, brothers of discussion, woot woot. Absolutely here. He's just saying, how pumped are you Devils fans to have Utica, arguably the most passionate fan base in the AHL? Dude, I'm excited to be back in Utica, albeit I don't like the way it ended with the way things ended with Binghamton. But, it is what it is. There isn't anything we could do about it now. But it was just, it's really great to be back in Utica. The Comets are a very well-known franchise, a very well-beloved franchise in the AHL, and I absolutely love everything about them, and I'm looking forward to having that passionate fan base be Devils fans, see a lot of these young kids perform and kind of go from there. The Rangers are kind of coming on here late in the first. Lundqvist and Barclay Goodrow with assists on the Mika Zibanejad goals. Now the Rangers are kind of dictating the pace of this one. So now we're kind of not getting a little bit worried here, ladies and gentlemen. This is not something that we're wild about here. But we'll see if the Devils can get out of it and kind of go and try to either score another goal, get the 3-goal lead back, or anything. Because Alexander Holtz is in, but they called him off sides. Wow, did not expect him to be available, but I'm going to take Patrick Laine as my next pick in my draft. By the way, but yeah, I'm really excited to see Utica this year. I'm looking forward to interacting with Utica Comet fans. So again, as well. Welcome to the Devils organization. We're excited to be a part of it, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys at those games and cheering on our young players as they become NHL stars. Mr. Taco saying Marc-Andre Fleury in net for Chicago tonight. Yeah, I mean, it gives him a better shot. In one of my other fantasy leagues, I do have Marc-Andre Fleury, so I'm pretty excited about that. I'm excited to see him perform in Chicago, and I think Chicago is going to be a fun team to watch this season with all of the players that they have. So we'll see about that. About 90 seconds to go here in the first period. Devils still leading here 3-1. He's just saying Zibby, the only Persian player in the NHL. Huh. I didn't even think about that. No, that's good on you, Isha, for pointing that out. I did not know that. That's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy when you think about it. I'm sure he's very proud of his heritage. He also says K-Rock Rain on ESPN Utica is a beauty. You should connect with him. I definitely will. You could send me like his Twitter or his information on one of my social medias while I'm doing this. I would greatly appreciate it, by the way, if you can do that. But minute 15 to go here in the first period. I'm just kind of hoping the Devils can kind of, keep this 2-goal lead and kind of go into the, first intermission and kind of, kind of take it, let's, catch a breather. Yeah, we made one little mistake and it cost us a goal, but let's go out and try to get the next one, try to get that 3-goal lead back. Another draft selection here for me, as we'll see here, is the Devils have an opportunity coming the other way. Michael McLeod, he's taking it into the zone by himself, giving it to Dougie Hamilton, and a nice shot that just goes high of the net. But a good opportunity nonetheless, as the Devils are looking to try to maybe get something here before the end of the period. Ryan Graves and Dougie Hamilton paired on the same line. So that's something that, like I mentioned before, we're all excited about it. Now the Rangers steal the puck and they'll dump it into the zone with 27 seconds to go in this period. So I'm going to quickly try to make a selection for fantasy before I miss anything, because I'm trying to, like I said, I'm doing so much as a whole. So bear with me here. I think, this is a tough one. They're all tough. I kind of want to take Nietzsche's. I feel like that would be a good pick. You also have Petrano, Logan Couture, Braden Shen, Connor Garland as well. You can vote in the polls if you like to. That would help. But the first period has come to an end here at the Rock. It's 3-1 Devils. There's a lot of things to like here, but I'm just going to quickly make this pick here. I'm going to take Nietzsche's. I feel like that was kind of like, taking the best player on the board, so to speak. And I do have some time now to kind of talk to you guys and regroup before my next pick. Damian Rasputin says, Devils have got to figure out this PK situation. Yeah, Damian, I agree with you. This is going to be that year that basically determines, is he going to stay here after this year, or is he going to get traded at the deadline? What the hell is going to happen? But I said it before that I think that if he can do well on a third line defensive pairing, I think he could really actually benefit from that, because then his responsibility is not as much and he can have a lot more success like that. And again, if the Devils are in a position where they are sellers at the deadline, if he's performing admirably, he might get a little bit more value for him. And obviously it'll be less money that a team has to take on with the $9 million still left on the 1-year deal. So, and again, you take off that $9 million going into next year, the Devils have nearly $20 million in cap space going into 2022. So not good for a lot of the rest of the NHL, but we'll go from there. Isha said, poll in the YouTube channel, who wins this game? So yeah, make sure to go vote in that poll. Again, yeah, it's 3-1 Devils, but as I've said before, hockey is a magical, unpredictable sport. You never know. You really just never know what's going to happen. So I think that's something to keep in mind when you watch these games. We are going to be right back after this quick sponsorship post from our good friends at DraftKings.
You want some of this? Visit DraftKings and enter promo code THPN.
All right, so we're back. I did not realize it was going to be that quickly here. I'm just texting one of my friends really quickly here. All right, so yeah, and also like I said before, I do have some other people in the house that are watching the Yankee game. I have no idea what the score is of that. Quite frankly, it's not. It's actually, hold on. What is the score of the Yankee game? Can someone tell me what the score of the Yankee game is? Marv. Okay, never mind. I'm not getting an answer. So I don't know. If anybody wants to tell me in the comments, you can tell me that too. That'll be this. Everyday hockey, love it, Neil. Can't wait to see more of these. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I love doing video stuff. Like I really do. I enjoy being in front of the camera. I enjoy talking to people. I'm a people person. And I'll say this as well. If any of you guys run into me and you've listened to the podcast and you wanna say hi to me, come up and say hi. You want to talk? We could talk. You want to sit next to me and watch the game? Absolutely. If I'm not with anybody and there's no seats taken, come sit with me. Have a good time. I love to talk hockey. I love to talk life in general. Yeah, like just come up and talk. I'm a really easygoing guy. I would love to talk to you guys as much as possible about anything you guys want to talk about. I'm really, really big on it, except really politics. But I mean, I'm not really great with politics either. Like, it's not like I have like a major opinion, but I also like I just don't have that. But I'm making my next pick here for my fantasy draft. I'm going to take Zach Werenski. I'm actually shocked he's available this late in the draft. So lucky me. Both Mr. Taco and Jimmy, the Bottom Line podcast guys, doing their work tonight. They're both telling me it's 2-1 Rays. Well, it is what it is. I guess I should also let you guys know a little bit more about me personally, other than what I do. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway because like I'm in charge and this is kind of do. So, like I said before, my name's Neil Villapiano. In case you're just joining, I'm the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast, which is the New Jersey Devils-based podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network. Yes, I've gotten to the point where I've memorized that wholeheartedly. I'm also a sports broadcaster, journalist, author, and so many things else. And speaking of being an author, I have written 2 books. I'm actually going to be publishing a third very, very soon. My first book is JETS, Pain, 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 which is the pain and suffering of being a New York Jets fan. And also Meet the Mets Mess, the REGRETS of New York Town, which talks about the life and misery of being a New York Mets fan. And the next one I'm writing is about a certain hockey team that plays up north. I'm just going to leave it at that. And you guys can find out. And you can follow me also, by the way, on my personal social media at THENVPSHOW and also on Instagram at NVPQB11. I think I could actually probably just tell you, I could probably just post it right in the comments. So I think I'm just going to do that really quick. So hold on 1 second. Now I think I just post that. Yeah, so that's my Twitter. And this is my Instagram. God, I hope I spelled that correctly. Yeah, and that's where kind of like I post like, my personal stuff if you want to. I also post sports stuff. When it comes to sports, obviously, diehard New Jersey Devils fan. Also a fan of the San Jose Sharks because my dad used to live out in San Jose for a while. We kind of just became a fan of the team. Baseball, I'm a Yankees, Phillies, and Pittsburgh Pirates fan. Basketball in the NBA, I'm a big Brooklyn Nets fan. Huge. And by the way, if you guys want to ask me questions about other sports as well while we're doing this, feel free. Totally cool. Totally cool with answering any questions that you guys have for even things like that. Let's see, what else? Soccer. I feel like I have too many to kind of go through like this whole thing, but I mean, in the United States, Major League Soccer, I'm a big New York Red Bulls fan because I'm from New Jersey, from the New York metropolitan area. I'm a big Liverpool fan. Napoli, as Josh and I were talking about earlier, big Napoli fan, playing in Italy. I'm a Bayern Munich fan. I am a Atletico Madrid fan. And I like a couple of other smaller teams or clubs, as they like to call it, over in Europe. We kind of go from there. I actually now have my next pick in my fantasy draft. Ooh, This is tough. Mike Hoffman, Nico Hischier, Brock Besser, Kevin Fiala, Jack Roslovic. Is Brock Besser the move here, guys? Like, can someone tell me if I really should take Brock Besser? I feel like this is too tempting not to take him. Like, especially with him being available this late. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to get him by the next time. Isha says, gross, go Whitecaps. Well, yeah, obviously, Isha, you're going to say go Whitecaps. You're from Vancouver Islands. Everyday Hockey, Fiala or Besser? Well, since Besser is ranked higher than Fiala, but albeit not much, I think I'm going to go with Brock Besser. And if Kevin Fiala is still available, which would be nuts, I'll probably take him after that. So I'll take Brock Besser. So that's that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Damn, we have 10 more picks to make because you got to make benches. This is a very deep draft with like 14 teams. And actually, Jimmy and Mr. Taco are together. They are a team in this league as well. Jimmy or Mr. Taco, can you tell me some of the main guys you may have selected already? I'm kind of curious to know what you guys are doing because I'm not fully paying attention to who's making what picks and everything like that. So we go with that. Fair, Fiala's best center is Victor Rask. LOL. Yeah, that's nothing to write home about. But that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. But yeah, no, those are just some of the sports teams that I'm a fan of. I don't really know what else I'm supposed to say when it comes to like personally. I mean, you guys can ask me questions about me personally. I can talk about whatever. I'll let you guys take some time to figure out some questions. As again, we're still in intermission break. Again, Devils versus Rangers. It's 3-1 Devils after the first period. Goals from PK Subban, Yanni Kuokkanen, and Tice Thompson. And guys like Alexander Holtz and Dougie Hamilton have also gotten some assists. So a lot of guys are making some good contributions at all in this game. And again, some of you will probably see me do this for the first time. You're asking me, Neil, what are you drinking tonight? I'm glad you asked. This, again, ladies and gentlemen, is my family homemade wine, the Villa Piano wine, the famous Villa Piano wine, as some people like to say. We've been making it for over 100 years. I think we're approaching 100 years in the United States. Not sure. I'd have to double check with my dad. But we've been making it every year except obviously last year because of COVID. So this is from 2 years ago. And I love drinking this stuff. It's a great way to kind of, relax at the end of the day. If you need help falling asleep, Greg, I wouldn't recommend drinking this every day and falling asleep. But I also found out pretty interestingly enough that one helps cut down on your blood sugar. So it's something to kind of keep in mind for a lot of you. So there's a health tip for you. So see, even on here, we educate people. Keith Davis says, is it really dry wine? I don't really know off the top of my head. All I know is that it's really good. So, I mean, that's kind of the way I could look at it if you want me to be honest with you. Now they're showing highlights of Dougie Hamilton when he's playing with the Carolina Hurricanes. My next pick here. Oh, and look at that. Would you look at that, everyday hockey? Kevin Fiala is still available. So do I take Kevin Fiala now? Do I take him? Or do I go defense? Because we got Tyler Myers, Roenick, Jacob Slavin. Jacob Slavin's still available, though. That's a good point. Jacob Slavin is still available. That's going to be tough. Then we come to goaltenders. Oh, wow. Carey Price is still there. Do I take... no, I think because Carey Price is going to be out for a long... Carey Price is going to be out for a long time, so that might be a dud. So I don't think that might be a good idea. Both Spencer Knight and Bobrovsky are still available, too. Everyday Saga says, are you a red or white guy? Honestly, been diving into roses lately. They're far more than just a sweet, easy drinking wine. I will answer that in just a moment because, again, I got to make my next pick. I'm going to take Kevin Fiala just because he's available, and I feel like it was too hard not to pass up. I do need to get one more forward and one more defenseman for my starting lineup, so I think I need to do that. But actually, I think I'm going to go goaltender next because I don't want to run out of getting guys that could do that. So, again, I'll just post the question again that he said, are you a red or white guy? Honestly, been diving into roses lately. They are far more than just a sweet, easy drinking wine. That's a really good question. I'm more of a red guy myself. albeit I really like white when it comes to like having something like not as strong and like a little bit more like easygoing. But I would say I'm leaning way more towards being a red guy. So that's kind of the way I would answer that question. I'm on the board again, and Samsonov is actually available as well. So I think I'm going to take Samsonov because he's their starting goaltender. And that's kind of, I think I got to do it. I think I just got to pull the trigger on it. So I think I'm going to take Samsonov because he's going to be their number one in Washington. So that's the way I'm going to look at it there. Restiger, are they going to show the game after the break? Yeah, they will. When it comes to, you talk about MSG, yeah, they will. I obviously cannot show you guys the game for reasons that I'm sure most of you understand. Every day says Rose A. But yes, no, the game will be back on probably in the next couple of minutes. Again, it's on MSG Plus if you're looking for the Devils broadcast. It's also on MSG if you're looking for it from the Rangers perspective. I do know also that Comcast and MSG are no longer together. So if you're a Comcast provider, you're not going to be able to get the game. So you're not going to be able to get MSG Network at all. So I would definitely try to get a new provider as soon as you can if you're going to be watching games on MSG. Mr. Taco, he actually gave me some of the names, a good amount actually. Marchand, Landy, I'm assuming that's Landeskog, Pacioretty, Lee, Tuck, Burakovsky, Kuznetsov for forwards, Martinez, Yossi, Sergachev, Boquist for defense, Mertz, Lincolns, Lankinen, and Price. You took Boquist? Interesting. Well, I know you're not talking about Jesper Boquist. You're probably talking about Adam Boquist. And also that was definitely a Mr. Taco pick because he loves Adam Boquist, which is New Jersey Devils forward Jesper Boquist's older brother. And he's a defenseman for now the Columbus Blue Jackets before that he was with the Chicago Blackhawks, in case you guys like to know. So far my two goaltenders are Jack Campbell and Ilya Samsonov. I'm pretty happy about that. Mo again saying, due to Comcast dispute, MSG and MSG Plus, they are not showing the game. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to get that resolved. I'm a little worried about that, but obviously I'm a Verizon guy, so I don't have that issue, but I really hope that gets resolved one way or another because it would suck to see people not be able to watch these games because you guys got to watch these games. But yeah, no, and like I said before, I have a lot of people in the other room watching the game. 1 second, guys. Hey, guys. What is the score now? 2-1. It's still 2-1 Rays. That's great. We're playing down to our competition again. So there's that, guys. Yeah, and I'm going to be doing that kind of often. But hey, Jeff, come here. I'm going to introduce you guys to my brother. Come here. I want you to say hi to the people.
I thought it was supposed to be quiet.
Well, I changed my mind, so deal with it. All right, so guys, this is my brother Jeff.
Hello.
I look nothing like him.
I don't know who am I looking at.
You're looking at the camera. Just say there's people watching. Just say hi. Do you not know how this works?
No, I don't know.
My brother does not know how this works.
I thought it was like a Zoom call or something.
It's not a Zoom call. It's a live stream on YouTube. People are watching this. People are watching you right now.
Hello, people.
So Jeff is Jeff's a big sports guy. He is a big sports guy. Big what? Raiders fan, right?
Yeah.
Jets. You don't really talk about it though. You don't talk about the Jets. But yeah, there's a score for you in case you'd like to know.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, see, right?
Rangers suck. Let's go.
There you go. Rangers suck. Yeah, he's also a big Devils fan. He'll definitely be going to some games. You're definitely trying to go to some games this year, right?
Yeah.
You gonna go see the Kraken?
Oh yeah.
Go see the Kraken?
That's
yeah.
my other favorite team.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Okay, you're dismissed.
All right, thank you.
See you later. If you want to come back in and say hi to the people, you're more than welcome to.
Can they say hi back?
Yeah, they can say hi back in the comments.
Oh, they just don't. Oh, in the comments.
Yeah.
What are they saying?
Well, we got my Mr. Taco says yes, the Boquist pick was my pick. Nobody said hi yet, but maybe somebody will. If anybody wants to say hi to my brother or my family, you can say hi to them, and I'll shout you out. Mr. Taco says hello, Jeff. He says hello, Mr. Taco. So so we have that. But yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for doing this. Again, this is Devils Rangers Watchalong. It's the end of the first period, about to start the second period. It's 3-1 Devils over the New York Rangers. Again, I know it's preseason, but it's just exciting to see some Devils players making some contributions. I'm looking to try to get, a Holtz goal, a Mercer goal, even potentially a Graves goal, just to kind of get some more action here. But again, it is preseason. I don't even remember what I said my prediction was because I know somebody asked me that question earlier. I think I said like 5-2. So I'm pretty close, but we'll see how things lock up here. We'll see if any changes are made to either team moving forward. We'll see if Bernier's still in net and Shesterkin for both teams. We'll kind of go from there. And also, like I mentioned before, I am actually also in the process of doing a fantasy hockey draft to my left. I'll actually show you guys really quickly. I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but if you can, it's okay. Mr. Taco says, hello, Villa Piano family. Guys, everybody on the stream says hi to you guys. And he says hi. And Jeff says hi, Mr. Taco again. So there's that. But to give you guys a quick recap of my fantasy draft so far, and you guys can tell me in the comments if you like what I've done. I have Patty Kane, Sebastian Aho, Matthew Tkachuk, Bo Horvat, Patrick Laine, Martin Necas, Brock Besser, Kevin Fiala, Dougie Hamilton, Shea Theodore, Charlie McAvoy, Zach Werenski, Jack Campbell, and Ilya Samsonov. The only thing, I think I probably should have taken a goalie sooner, but I kind of treated the goaltending position a little bit like quarterback in fantasy football, where I kind of like wanted to wait for it, but that might end up coming to bite me in the you-know-what later on. So unfortunately, that's that. So the second period of this game is officially underway here. Right now, you got Holtz standing right next to Chris Kreider, so that's kind of an interesting matchup. So we got that here. So again, if you guys have any questions or any comments you'd like to make, just let me know in the comments and I'll post them, obviously. Please be nice. I'm a very sensitive person. But yes, the second period is about to start. We are underway here. Kind of curious to see how the Devils respond after giving up that goal late in the first period on the penalty kill. They definitely need to work on the penalty kill, but then again, what else is new? If you're a Devils fan, you know what I'm talking about. It's a good opportunity here. Nico with a shot and a good save by Shesterkin. Nico was all alone on the left side, but Shesterkin was able to make a nice save there. So a good opportunity, but it was denied there. So Devils starting off well. Nice pass from Holtz over to Nico, and he passes it right out in front. And Miles Wood had it, but Shesterkin was there to get there just in time to make that save. Good opportunity there. And good chance all around. So my next pick, by the way, for my fantasy draft is Kirby Dach. That's a good, honestly, I'm not complaining. I'm really not complaining. So I'm looking for one more defenseman for my starting lineup. So I think that's probably the next position I'm going to take. And then we'll kind of go for, and then we'll see what else I have a chance to make. But yeah, again, just about a minute and change so far into the second period. Still 3-1 Devils, and I'm kind of curious to see who else comes here, and they're just showing Friday, October 15th at 7 p.m., Devils vs. Blackhawks opening night, as Jonathan Bernier making a nice save there on a Ranger player, and he'll stop play. So that's it. But Mr. Taco saying, damn it, I have no idea what oh, he's probably mad because I took Kirby Dach. So, yeah, well, tough, okay? Okay, what do you want? You snooze, you lose, my friend. I mean, there's nothing I can do here. Absolutely nothing I can do here. So don't worry about it. Also, by the way, guys, just really quick, if you guys can just leave a like and a comment and also subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. We're trying to, build this up. Love your guys' support. Love a lot of you guys for staying, here this whole time. I greatly appreciate it. Seeing my face and everything, I really do appreciate it. As the Devils are going to the penalty kills, it's Ryan Graves getting a 2-minute penalty for, I think he was called for tripping. So fortunately, the Devils are back on the penalty kill, and I'm kind of hoping this doesn't result in making it 3-2. Subban, Zacha, Kuokkanen, and Groslo are on the ice right now for the Devils. Also, because I think Isha pointed out, he said, "Tell me you're Italian," without telling me you're Italian. Well, I will tell you this: I also had the opportunity to make dinner for my family tonight, and I made a nice dish of pesto. Yes, that's actually my signature. That's my specialty. And it was really good. And so that's why I'm probably burping a lot, and I apologize for that. It's a little unprofessional. Devils had an opportunity here as Mika Zibanejad with a shot that I thought for a second it went past, but it didn't. As there's another goaltender for the Rangers that just came off the ice and onto the bench. I don't know what just happened. Actually, no, I think I do. I think the Rangers are going to have a 5-on-3 now, as Lindy Ruff is not looking happy. I was kind of thrown off as to why the Rangers were pulling their goaltender, but now I understand. And obviously, without having the sound on, it's a little bit tougher for me to immediately see. So it looks like the Devils took another penalty. I'm not sure who it is yet. They haven't shown it. As Lindy Ruff is pissed off. I would be pissed off too. So we'll see. We'll see what the penalty is. So far they haven't shown anything. It is now 5-on-3. But again, they're not showing who's in the box. So right now it's Colton White, Nico Hischier, and Groslo. So things have gotten bad to worse here. It's going to be Jesper Boquist going to the box, and I believe they were called for too many men on the ice, which is not good, especially when you're killing off a penalty. So now we'll see if the Devils can kill off the next minute 25 here of this 5-on-3 and kind of go from there. So a little bit nerve-wracking right now, so we'll see if the Devils can kill it off here. As now the Rangers are setting up. So they're looking to try to make an opportunity. A lot of space, taking a shot, and that one was blocked and went away. And now Nico's able to get it. He's going to be able to take it himself. It's a 1-on-3 opportunity as he takes a shot that gets blocked shorthanded. So a good job by Nico to take the puck into the zone and kill some time. Mo's asking, can you please show the game? Unfortunately, my man, I'm not really allowed to show you because of copyright issues. So I apologize for that. I do apologize, but I'm doing my best to kind of, do the play-by-play as best I can. This is why Adam is better than, He's better than Boquist? His full name is Adam Boquist. I guess he's saying this is why Adam is better than Jesper. I mean, you're comparing a forward to a defenseman. It's a good shot by the Rangers. It's stopped right in front by Jonathan Bernier, and he'll hold it here. 33 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. With about 3 minutes into the second period, it is still 3-1 Devils. As I'm quickly here, ladies and gentlemen, making my next pick for fantasy. Probably should get another defenseman while I'm thinking of it. There's some good guys here that could definitely get me some points. When it comes to like best players available, there are some good ones. Don't get me wrong, and we'll quickly do that. As I think I'm going to end up taking Nito Niederreiter. My next guy is 15 seconds to go here on the 5-on-3 as the Devils are still trying to kill this off. So at least get to a 5-on-4 and then kind of go from there. Mr. Taco says, I let Jimmy pick our last pick. There's still a lot more picks to be made, my friend, because you got to get your bench and all that, unless you're going to do auto draft the rest of the way. So just letting you know that. So you got to do that. The Rangers still have the puck here. The Devils killed off the 5-on-3, but it's now 5-on-4 for the next 25 seconds. Rangers still have the puck in the zone, and they have a little bit of a scramble in front. Devils trying to clear it. Zacha gets to it, tried to chip it out, but he couldn't. Rangers still have the puck in. This is not good here. Just got to try to get it out. As a shot by a Rangers player is stopped by Bernier, and then a nice block in front by Colton White. And the Devils are finally able to clear it. And that is the end of the 5-on-3 and also the regular power play. So a good job by the Devils PK to bounce back after giving up a goal on that first power play. And it's still 3-1 Devils with about 4 minutes into this second period. So good opportunity there for this team. Very, very impressed. Very impressed with what they've been able to do in this, what they were able to do in this one. So here we go as the Devils now looking to try to get back into the attack. Again, thank you guys so much for coming into this live stream, this first watch-along, the first one we've done on the Hockey Podcast Network. My name is Neil Villapiano, the host of the Devil's State of Mind podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network, covering all things New Jersey Devils, as it looks like we get a stoppage of play for an icing. It's the first time I've been a little quiet since I started this, since I've been talking for the last hour and a half now. It's crazy how much time flies with this. But here we go, as now the Devils are clearing the puck out of the zone. Tyce Thompson was kind of slowed down. Not really sure why that wasn't an interference penalty, but we are getting a stoppage of play, and I believe it is going to be an icing. So the Devils will have to bring the puck back and go from there. And I'm getting a random print. I'm getting a random, one of those random calls that you get I'm getting that right now. Not really sure exactly why or what for, but I'm just going to let it go to voicemail. If it's as a once wise man once told me, if it's important, they'll leave a message. Oh, this is good, man. You know, I know a lot of people like wine. I know a lot of people are big on it. I don't consider myself a wine connoisseur by any means, but I will say this for 100% that nothing is better than, making it, especially making it with your family, and then having a glass like after it's been made and knowing that like it's really good and you spent the time to make it. I think that's important. So that's really good. As now the Devils are trying to get it out of their zone. So far, the Rangers, understandably so, have kind of dictated the pace here. As Jimmy Vesey now with it for the Devils, and he's able to get it out. And now Jesper Boquist comes in and he nearly tripped Shesterkin while trying to make a play there. But luckily, he did not, and there was no penalty called. So far, the Devils not doing a whole lot here, but now they have a chance. It's Dougie Hamilton with a shot that gets blocked in front. But yeah, so far the Devils have been more or less pretty quiet in this second period. Not what you want to see, but so far it hasn't hurt them as they're still up 3-1 here in this one against the Rangers. Again, I don't know the Rangers that well. They don't have a lot of their main guys playing, but always what's great about preseason is that you get a lot of opportunities to see some young players, see the guys in your system, and kind of evaluate and say, okay, this is what we have in our system. This is some of their potential. We kind of go from there. As a good shot by Dougie Hamilton is blocked. Now Tatar with it goes around the net, still looking for something, still holding on to it, and finally makes a play. As now we're getting a delayed penalty against the Rangers. Nice play in front, and it's Tomas Tatar on the one-timer. And the Devils have regained the 3-goal lead. It's 4-1. And I don't know exactly who made that pass, but that was a gorgeous pass to Tatar, who snuck behind the Rangers defense on the right side, was standing all alone in the slot, and he had a nice 1-tee shot in, and he scores and gets his first goal and first point. Granted, it is preseason, but still his first contribution as a New Jersey Devil. And that was a big-time goal there, as the Devils are once again back up by 3 with 13:51 to go here in the second period. That is awesome. I'm loving this goal scoring. The Devils have now scored 9 goals through less than 5 periods of hockey so far in this preseason. So again, it is preseason, but it's nice to see the Devils scoring a lot. If they can score like this in the majority of their games, they're going to win a lot of games. So now the referees are coming together just before the next face-off. Not sure exactly what they're talking about, like what's going on here, but we shall see. We shall see what the decision is. Are they challenging the play? I'm not really sure. They're moving the face-off back to, well, not to center ice, but to the left red dot. Not sure what just happened. I have no idea what just happened there. But no, apparently we're doing it that. So that's what it is. So now we'll see if the Devils can add on to this lead right now, try to continue to really, keep themselves going here. There are some Rangers fans at this game, understandable. Alexander Holtz with a shot, and he just missed. It was blocked, and it looks like we are getting a penalty against the Rangers as we're going to go to commercial break for the first time in this period. 13:29 to go, and it's now 4-1 Devils. As now we'll see if it is a penalty and it is a power play for the Devils. We'll look to see if they can go 2 for 2 and also get themselves a 5-1 lead. As now I make my next selection in fantasy. This is kind of an interesting thing. I think it's either Erik Karlsson or Shane Gostisbehere because I need obviously another defenseman. I kind of want to take Karlsson because I feel like he'll be able to bounce back. Great that he does have some injuries, but I think it's possible. We'll see. If you guys want to comment really quickly who you guys think I should take, we have 40 seconds before I make my decision. Would greatly appreciate it. Okay, since nobody left a comment and watch, someone's gonna leave a comment while I make this pick. So I'm gonna take. Yeah, this is really tough. I'm gonna take Karlsson just because he's best defenseman available. Kind of go from there. I think probably the next thing I want to do is probably take another goaltender. Sergei Bobrovsky's still there. A lot of the guys that are still here are most likely going to be backup goaltenders. But I mean, it doesn't hurt to obviously have it. Jonathan Quick is still there, but we don't know what his situation is. Isha's boy, Capo Kakinen, is still available. I don't know if he would want me to take Kakinen. Yaroslav Halak, Mrazek, Koskinen, Francois, Sergei Bobrovsky. I mean, Bobrovsky might be the move because he may be the starter, even though Spencer Knight is obviously going to be their franchise goaltender. But what a pass. They're showing the replay of the goal. Tatar just right there on the 1T. Shesterkin got over, but just not enough time. And that was that. So, yes, it's Greg McKegg, I believe, going to the sin bin for the Rangers. So the Devils will be going to the power play here as a look to try to see if they can get a 5-1 lead. Dougie Hamilton on the ice. Nice pass to Zacha. Kind of waiting. Gives it back to Dougie. And Dougie with a shot and a scramble in front as Dawson Mercer takes a shot and it was blocked. And then Shesterkin is able to cover it. Good opportunity right away on the power play for the Devils. But they were snuffed out there. But good chance nonetheless. Really, really impressed with that. Dawson Mercer's got a sick head of lettuce. He's got a very nice set of hair. I feel like the Devils are going to end up leading the NHL in players with long hair because the Devils certainly have a lot of that on their team. So right now it's Mercer, Hischier, Tatar, Hamilton, and Pavel Zacha. I actually kind of like that. My next pick in my fantasy draft, I'm going to end up taking Sergei Bobrovsky so I can have a third goaltender because I feel like I kind of need it. Opportunity. Dawson Mercer with a shot, but it was blocked off a good feed from Tomas Tatar. Oh, and Tatar's able to keep it in the zone here. Still waiting. Pass it over to Zacha. The Devils are still being able to keep it in. Zacha over to Tatar, but the pass was blocked before it could get there. Dougie Hamilton with it to Dawson Mercer to Zacha. And Zacha's still kind of figuring it out. Tatar's got it. They're able to keep it in, but they haven't been able to kind of slow it down and set something up here. But now they got something. Dougie Hamilton with it. Going to move over to the top of the blue line. Takes a wrist shot, and that one just goes wide. Nico's still with it now. As Nico passing it over to Mercer. Mercer looking for something here. Kind of losing his feet. Now he's able to get it to Nico Hischier on the far right side. Pass it along the boards over to the other side, and Zacha's able to get there off a good hit. And then Mercer tries to make a pass that's blocked and up into the air and out of play. And now we get a stoppage of play. 39 seconds to go on this power play. It's still 4-1 Devils, but the Devils look pretty good there for that little moment, but struggling a little bit there to set something up, and that's more of a good job by the Rangers to not allow a lot of solid passes. They were looking for Tatar again on that one-timer, but could not get there. So now it's Boquist, Wood, Yanni Kuokkanen, Alexander Holtz, and I don't know who the defenseman is up right away, so we'll see. Still got a little bit of time here to do something, get a chance in front of the net. Alexander Holtz is standing all alone in front of the net right now, but the Rangers are able to clear it. So with 20 seconds left, the Devils are going to probably have one last shot here. It's PK Subban, by the way, as the only defenseman. Holtz over to Kuokkanen, but the pass was blocked and somehow it wasn't offsides. Don't know how that, but 7 seconds to go here. Maybe one last shot. Holtz now with it, and Holtz will just wheel it around the boards over to Jesper Boquist, and Boquist to Wood. That's the end of the power play, and Devils are able to somewhat keep it in, but they have to clear it back. And now Subban just missing Alexander Holtz, and it'll go down for an icing. So the Devils are unsuccessful on their power play, but they still lead it here 4-1, just approaching the halfway point of this game. And we're now basically at the halfway point of this watch along. And again, thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your Friday, first day of October. Again, happy first day of spooky season for all you Halloween and fall nuts out there. Greatly appreciate you doing that. And their show with Dougie Hamilton. And again, it's crazy. Like, he really just stands out because of how big he really is. So I don't really think like Holtz has been struggling. I mean, he's been kind of quiet in this game. But again, every game is going to be different. You're not always going to be doing it. But I mean, he does have an assist. So you kind of have to give him that. So now Boquist with it, kind of chips it in and allows Chase DeLeo to kind of go in. Chase DeLeo, I don't know why, and some Devils fans will know what I'm talking about, but he kind of reminds me of John Sebastian D, that scrappy like minor league player. As a Devil player was knocked down, doesn't look like we're going to get a penalty there. It was kind of 50-50. I would have been, I don't think that it was justifiable for a penalty there. But yeah, no, it's that scrappy physical player that could probably get us a couple goals here and there. We'll see where DeLeo ends up. As a pass in front from Thompson to DeLeo was blocked by a Ranger player. If there wasn't a Ranger player there, oh man, DeLeo would have had a one-time shot right in front, and who knows what could have happened. So a long pass here, it's deflected in, but Shesterkin now is able to play the puck to a Ranger player as they're having a little bit of trouble getting it out here. Again, another good job on the forecheck by the Devils. They've done really well on the forecheck since this game began. So I'm pretty impressed by that. And if that's what we're going to see from the Devils forecheck throughout the season, I'm going to be really happy because we're going to generate a lot of opportunities in the offensive zone. So Tomas Tatar trying to create a 2-on-1 chance there, trying to be a little sneaky getting into the zone, but he could not do that. So now we'll see here as the Devils are now into the zone. It's a good shot there by Boquist is stopped, and then the rebound chance went wide, and Boquist got his own rebound and was denied a second time. So a good chance there for Boquist, who I feel like, even though he's been playing in the NHL for a while, I think he's still kind of a 50-50. He may very well make the Devils roster to start as a third-line guy, fourth-line guy, but also if some other young guys, like the guys I mentioned before, Holtz, Mercer, maybe Tyce Thompson, if they're performing better than him and they fit in, I mean, Boquist is going to be that guy that's going to go down to the minors, unfortunately. So now I have my next pick. It's been a while here, but it's my next pick for fantasy. Is a good shot by Dougie Hamilton is stopped by Igor Shesterkin, and with 8:39 to go, they're going to another commercial break. It's still 4-1 Devils. I love how Jack Eichel is here. Are any Blue Jays fans in New York who are not Canadian? I know there used to be USA Expo fans back in the day. Yeah, there are some. I've seen them because I've been to some Yankee Blue Jays games. Difference part I know, but I'm curious. No, it's a good question. Like I said, people are allowed to ask me questions here. I love, by the way, really quick that Jack Eichel is available, and I think it would be hilarious if I took him, but I'm not going to because what is the point of that? Jesse Puljujarvi. I think I'm going to take Puljujarvi here because I think, I mean, obviously he's playing out. What a bunch of losers. I do not know what to tell you. The Blue Jays suck. I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Hey Jeff, you think the Blue Jays suck? Yeah, Jeff says they always suck. So yeah, I mean, granted, we are Yankee fans. We're not supposed to like them. The Blue Jays had some chances against the Yankees this past series, but they were not able to capitalize it. And I think that they unfortunately lost to what the Yankees are mostly good at, and that is the long ball. I mean, the Blue Jays could still make the playoffs. They could still make the one-game playoff if they can get it going here in their final series, and the Red Sox are struggling, but they're kind of holding on here. And then you got the Seattle Mariners as well, and that's going to be tough. That's going to be a really, really tough way of getting in, but we'll see. He just says, "Go Mariners!" #West Coast #pain. I feel like out of the three teams behind the Yankees for the wild card, that would probably be the one that people think the least likely is going to make it. But the Mariners have come on the last couple of weeks, and they put themselves in the exact perfect position where, in many ways, they kind of control their destiny. The Red Sox just can't slip up. If the Mariners win the next 3 games and they're tied with the Red Sox, I think that they would have to play a one-game playoff just to make that the second wild card spot, where they would have to probably play the Yankees. So that would kind of be like the prize to winning that game would be you have to play the damn Yankees, which I know is not easy, even though the Yankees are kind of up and down. You never really know what could happen. You could catch them on a good day. You could catch them on a bad day. It's like that. So, Hampus Lindholm is available. Ish, what do you think? Do I take Lindholm? Do I take Ty Smith? Do I take Yeah, Pesci, what do you think, man? What do you think? I'm trying to figure this out. Just trying to, like I said, trying to make. And also, by the way, the Rangers did make a goaltender change. It's Adam Huska now in for the New York Rangers. Jonathan Bernier is still in. Like I said before, I think most likely it'll be the same thing as the first game for the Devils. I think probably we'll see Nico Dawson net for the Devils going into the third period. That would probably be my guess. So we'll see about that. Isha says Lindholm. All right, so I will take Hampus Lindholm. It's my next pick. I don't know a whole lot about him. I know the guys at the Quack Report, another podcast on the network. I highly recommend you guys go check them out. I'm sure they would probably be able to tell me as the Rangers are going back to the penalty box here. As we'll see, it looks like it's Jones that's getting called, and he kind of bumped into Nico, and then Nico fell. So I guess they're going to call tripping on that. Yeah, he kind of grabbed him at the end there. So the Devils are going on the power play again. 8:11 to go in the second period. Another opportunity here to see if they could make it a 5-1 game. If they're able to score another 5 goals in back-to-back preseason games, that's really good. Mercer, Hischier, Zacha, Hamilton, and Tatar. So again, that's the first power play unit that's going to start this power play. As Dougie Hamilton giving up the puck, a breakaway chance for the Rangers. The guy's coming in, but a good stop there by Jonathan Bernier. And no penalty as well. So the Devils were able to escape that disaster. Not good job there by Dougie Hamilton, but again, it is preseason. Let's not worry too much about that. So about 90 seconds to go here on the 5-on-4 man advantage for the Devils. They are 1 for 2 so far. As again, another bad entry leads to a good opportunity for the Rangers to clear it. And they've done more than clear it. They've been able to keep it in the Devils zone. And Devils got to slow down here a little bit and try to set something up, because that's one of the things that they were having so much problems with last year on the power play. They would just struggle to get into the zone. And then once they got it in, then they were having trouble doing that. As again, they're not able to do it well enough, and the Rangers clear the puck. And now we have a minute to go here, and the Devils now are making a change to their second power play unit, as Subban now is the quarterback here. Give it to Holtz. Now to Kuokkanen. Good play. Now to Boquist. Boquist with a shot, and that was stopped on the stick pad save by Huska. Excuse me, not Shesterkin. It's now Huska. So, I don't know. Rangers fans, would you call him you think his nickname would be like Husky? Just, because it's Huska? But I don't know. Is it possible? Is it possible? Maybe it's not. But again, the Devils just not able to do a whole lot. That puck is cleared, but it goes into the Rangers bench. And we're going to stoppage and play. 25 seconds to go here on the power play. 6.5 minutes to go here in the second period. It is still 4-1 Devils. Also, some people are making some food as well for tomorrow. So if you hear some noise in the background, I do apologize for that. There's only so much I can really control here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. PK Subban with a drive and a great glove save by Huska. Good shot there. Like I said before, that's the type of PK Subban I want to see all year long. He's not playing with a lot of pressure. He's just on that power play. Good pass from Dougie Hamilton. So it's actually, they got Dougie and PK Subban here. So they're going 2 defensemen and 3 forwards for the rest of this power play. But a good pass from Dougie to Subban for that one-timer. Looks like Chase DeLeo is the centerman here. He's wearing 47 in red. Subban now with it. Over to Dougie Hamilton. Hamilton back to Subban. Subban faking it. Giving it to Tice Thompson. Thompson kind of holding it here. Pass over to McLeod. McLeod losing it a little bit. And then the Rangers are able to clear it. And that will do it for the power play. So 6 minutes to go here in the second period. Devils are 0 for 2 in this period on the power play. They're 1 for 3 overall. So that's unfortunately where it is at the moment. The Rangers clear it down the length of the ice, and Bernier had to make a stop there. We're also approaching the end of this fantasy draft. So, don't worry. Obviously, once this is over, I'll be able to. That's one less thing I have to focus on. So that's something to look at, which is good. So, good opportunity here is a good shot by Rangers player number 21. Not sure exactly who that was, but a good chance there. But it was stopped by Jonathan Bernier. So now the Devils have it. Lukashevich over to Graves. Graves with a shot that was deflected but didn't get all the way to the net. As the Rangers are able to clear here. And now look out, 2-on-1 chance, pass out in front, and a great sliding save by Jonathan Bernier on that 2-on-1 cross crease pass. But Bernier is able to get there to make the save. And the Rangers again, for the second time in the last couple minutes, were denied. Philip Hedl was the one who took that shot. As they're going to go to a commercial break with 4:58 to go. And it's 4-1 Devils. The Devils defensively have not looked as good here in this second period. It's clearly shown. And but they've been lucky. They have been lucky that they haven't conceded a goal and they were able to score one. So let's see if they can kind of finish the period strong here, go into the second intermission with at least the 4-1 lead. I'll tell you guys right now, my voice is going to be so shot tomorrow. Damian Rasputin, what's up, Damian? He says, do you think any of the PTO make the team? You know what? I was pretty impressed by some of the PTO guys from the first game. I think the two most likely guys are Jimmy Vesey and probably Mark Jankowski. I like Jankowski for his physicality. I like Vesey for the little bit of scoring that he could bring. And, granted, he's still like 26 years old. He's not that much older than the rest of the team. So I think those two guys are the most likely, but I would say out of all of them, Mark Jankowski would be my pick because of the opportunity to bring some physicality to this team on the bottom six, that he could very well do that. So that would kind of be my answer to that question. And thank you for the question, obviously. So now we're on to my next pick here for fantasy. I was trying to figure out what I was going to say there. Oh, Ricard Raquel's available. That's interesting. I'll take Ricard. I like it. Ricard Raquel. Didn't expect him to be available that late. So I'm actually now on to my last pick. So my fantasy draft is just about over. The Devils, MSC are actually showing the picture from the Devils Instagram account showing Boquist and Tatar taking a picture with that really nice watch that Tatar gave Boquist for changing numbers. So that was very nice of him to do that. So happy that they were able to have that nice little moment there, so to speak.
So it's definitely cool if I stay here.
So we have a stoppage of play here, and it looks like Geertsen, had a little bit of a pushing and shoving there with one of the Devils players, and he's kind of being held back a little bit by one of the refs. Not really sure exactly what transpired there. He is a little bit pissed off, and kind of curious to know if he's going to get sent to the sin bin here. It looks like he was chirping a little bit with either one of Michael McLeod or Tice Thompson. They're showing a replay now. Oh, it was. So Geertsen took a hit, and then he kept shoving McLeod a little bit, and then Groslow came in, pushed a little bit. So it was really Michael McLeod, really kind of mixing it up. Motor Mike, as they call him, or as I like to call him Eminem. I think it just kind of makes sense, considering his two initials MM. That's what I've been calling him all last season, and that's what I'm going to continue to call him. I don't know why people didn't ride with me with that one, but it doesn't matter either way. Like, everybody's entitled to whatever they want to choose. All right, there's some good defensemen here. Edler, Chernak, Yandel. Isha, I might need your help with this last one here. As Nico Hischier comes to the zone, gives it off to Miles Wood. And Wood waiting for a trailer. He's got Colton White who waits, kind of goes to the left. He's still kind of waiting here. But the Devils were not able to do anything here, as now the Rangers take it back into the offensive zone. As a shot by Kreider is stopped and held by Jonathan Bernier with exactly 4 minutes to go here in this second period. So I'm going to take Eric Chernak, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is my draft. So that's just to kind of let you guys know. So when this draft ends in just a few seconds, I will let you guys know officially what my full team for the Slapshot Sweethearts Fantasy Draft is. And again, good luck to all the other guys that are going to be involved in that as well. Definitely looking forward to competing against you guys. Tatar coming into the zone, and he gets snuffed out by Chris Kreider, and the Rangers are able to get it out of the zone. Now the Rangers come in, Zibanejad over, and a good shot by number 29 there. Actually, I think it might have been, it was number 29 to be exact. And it looks like we're getting a stoppage of play, and I think the net dislodged right in front of Jonathan Bernier. And now we have the trivia question that comes up. Jonathan Bernier is one of two goalies to make his NHL debut overseas. Who is the other? I said Jonas Hiller. So we'll see what the actual answer is. So now they will tell us in just a moment, any second now. We're moving along here. And it was Jonas Hiller. There we go. So I was right. September 30th, 2007 for Anaheim in London. I do remember this. I remember when I looked up, when I was doing research, for doing my interview with him. And again, if you haven't seen that interview, go look it up. Go check that one out. It's a great interview. You'll love it. Jonas Hiller is a great guy. Tremendous goaltender when he was playing in the league. Loved him. Big fan of Nico Hischier, obviously with the Swiss connection and everything like that. But I remember looking it up. His NHL debut, the Ducks were playing in London, which I don't think they have done that in a couple of years. I would like to see them kind of go back. They have done some games in Europe, but not in London recently. That would be nice. But yeah, he made his NHL debut in London. Has a good pass in front there by VC and a good shot by, I believe it was Boquist in front, but was stopped by Huska. Now VC with the puck, well over to Ryan Graves, and Graves takes a shot that's deflected and a rebound, and Dawson Mercer just missed. He had a wide open net, and he missed, and I don't know how. And then VC took a shot that was stopped by Huska. Oh my goodness. Dawson Mercer with the gift of all gifts. I'm not sure. It's a pass in front, and Mercer again. He got his stick lifted there. Otherwise, he would have had an open net. Oh my goodness. Oh. That would have been so well timed. Darn it. Good opportunity there for Mercer, but he couldn't cash in as DeLeo takes a shot and then gets blasted by a Rangers player, and he gets right back up. DeLeo now with it. DeLeo with a shot, and that one was blocked by Tyce Thompson. He's fighting in front of the net, and it looked like he was hooked there, and I'm not sure where the penalty is. I don't know why there was no penalty called there. But now Groslo has it here. We're now less than 2 minutes to go here in this second period. As we'll see what happens here as the Devils look to try to finish this period on a high note. This has definitely been a long second period. I feel like I've been watching this period for like the last 2 hours. Like it feels like that's long as we've just reached the 2 hour mark here since we started. And again, if you've been here the whole time or you're just joining and everything, thank you guys so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Your guys' support means a lot. And if you guys could leave a like, a comment, subscribe, and also just share the channel with your other hockey friends, we greatly appreciate it as well. 1:15 to go here in the second period as the Devils and Rangers. It's still 4-1. Turnover opportunity here. Wood takes it. The shot is stopped by Huska, and then he tried to get it on a rebound, but the Rangers were able to clear it. Exactly 1 minute to go here. Oh, and by the way, I should mention, as a Rangers player got tripped, and they did call that. So, unfortunately, it's Miles Wood that's going to the box with 55 seconds to go in this second period, and now the Rangers will have an opportunity, if they can, to cut the deficit back to 2 going into the third period. And they're showing Mercer's shot that just went wide. He had a pass, and yeah, it hit the post. He did have a wide open net. And I think it did hit the post. Let me see it again. No, he actually just whiffed it. And then if they show the replay of the trip, and yeah, I mean, actually, it wasn't Wood. It was Tomas Tatar, actually. So he's going to the box. So 57 seconds to go here. And the Rangers have the power play. Now the Devils were able to clear it. They were able to kill off some time here. So hopefully the Devils can just kill off these last 40 seconds here of the second period. Rangers are 1 for 3 on the power play with 3 shots on goal. I feel like I've also been talking like I'm broadcasting. I mean, I basically am because I'm trying to tell you guys what's going on. But yeah, no, I'm just broadcasting. Like I feel like I'm like in my broadcasting mode right now. I think that's kind of how I feel here. So the Devils have a face-off in the Rangers zone, shorthanded here. Let's see if they can win it and try to kill off some time or even get a shot on goal. Zacha won the face-off and was actually able to shoot the puck towards the net, but it went wide of Huska. All right, so now the Rangers taking it down the right wing. Jones with it now. It's stuck behind the net. Teams are pushing and shoving. Now the Rangers get it. Zibanejad over to Ranger player. And that shot is stopped by Bernier with 10 seconds to go here in the second period and 1:13 to go on the Tatar tripping penalty. And again, guys, if you have any questions, comments, anything you want me to talk about, feel free to leave me a comment and I'll definitely share it. I would greatly appreciate that as well. And again, thank you guys so much for all the support tonight. It's been phenomenal. And we got a lot more to go here. We obviously got the third period. We'll do a little bit of a quick recap, about a couple minute recap from what I've seen, and then we'll sign off for the evening. So that's how we're gonna do it. If that's okay with you guys, so great. All right, so Jones with the puck now. He takes a shot. Now almost blocked by a Devils player, and a long pass here for Nico Hischier, but unfortunately the clock runs out. He had a breakaway. It was going to be a short-handed chance, but there just wasn't enough time, and that will do it for the second period as the Devils lead it 4-1 going into the third period. So let's see if the Devils can finish this game off strong. 1 period to go here as they look to try to move to 2-0 in the preseason and get themselves a nice victory at home against the Rags. So now quickly here, I'm gonna tell you guys because I'll let you guys know. I will tell you now what my fantasy team is for the Slapshot Sweethearts. My team name, by the way, is New Jersey State of Mind with a pitchfork. I think that's kind of I think that's pretty obvious why I chose it that way, and I think it kind of just works. So here is my team: Patrick Kane, Sebastian Aho, Matthew Tkachuk, Bo Horvat, Patrick Laine, Martin Necas, Brock Besser, Kevin Fiala, Kirby Doc, Dougie Hamilton, Shea Theodore, Charlie McAvoy, Zach Werenski, Eric Carlson, Nino Niederreiter, Jesse Puljujärvi, Hampus Lindholm, Ricard Raquel, and Eric Chernak. So that is my, and also Jack Campbell, Ilya Samsonov, and Sergei Bobrovsky. So that is my fantasy team there. He's just asking, who is on a PTO? There are 3, I believe. So we have Jimmy Vesey, Jankowski, and Wotherspoon. Those are the 3 guys that are on PTOs for the Devils. I have not seen Wotherspoon at all. I don't know if he played in the first game. He's certainly not playing in this game. So I don't know. He might have already been cut. I don't really know. They don't kind of tell you about that stuff. So, I don't know. But definitely Jankowski and Vesey are here. Vesey's playing already in his second game of this preseason. So does that mean anything? I mean, it could be a good thing. It could be that they like what they're seeing from him. But he's also got a relationship with Lindy Ruff when he was playing with the Rangers. And, we'll see. Log Gamer 1012 says, "Hey, what's up? How are you? How are you tonight, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for coming on and saying hi." Yeah, I got my fantasy team done and out of the way, so I'm happy about that, which is good. I'm actually pretty happy with my team as a whole. Maybe I should have done a little bit better with and gotten some goalies earlier, but what are you gonna do? All right. So now while we have this little bit of a break, I can get it here. Let's get another quick message from our sponsors, the lovely people at DraftKings Sportsbook. That was pretty good. That was a pretty good little clip there that we have there for DraftKings. And again, like I said, everything, including this live stream and all of the episodes that we do and everything like that, is sponsored by the great people at DraftKings Sportsbook. Make sure to use our promo code right there, THPN, when you sign up. And yeah, please do so. We greatly appreciate DraftKings. Appreciate it. And look, man, there's a lot of good things to bet on right now. Hockey's coming back, the NFL season, college football, so much more. We got the Major League Baseball postseason coming up. There's just so much to really go on. Log, Low Gamer 1012 says, "Did you know that the Coyotes changed their logo?" Yeah, I mean, they didn't really necessarily change their logo. They just kind of went back to the old Kachina look, which they had when they first got into the league. And yeah, I mean, it's really good. Like, I really like it. I'm very happy that they went back to it because I think that it's like one of the better ones in the league. And the fact they rebranded almost entirely where they're all full Kachina, I think it's just wonderful. Now, how long does that stay in the NHL? How long does that stick around? Because we know the situation with the Coyotes where, we don't know. They don't really have a home going into next season. They lost their lease now in Glendale. I believe they're playing Glendale. And I know we saw potential creation for a what's it called? I guess an arena in Tempe, Arizona. I don't know where that money's coming from. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Gabriel also says, want to do a NHL relocation quiz? Sure. I mean, you could do. I'm assuming you'll just ask me questions in the comments. Sure, let's do it. I think that should be fun, especially we're in intermission right now, so we'll see what happens with that. So the first question that Low Gamer has for me is, where were the Hurricanes originally from? So, I mean, that's an easy one. They were the Hartford Whalers beforehand. So that's where they came from. They moved from Hartford. They moved from Hartford to Carolina, and they've been the Hurricanes ever since. So that's a pretty easy one. And also, again, you guys are learning stuff while you guys are doing this. While you guys are hanging out with me. Wolfpack City # New York's Rangers. There you go. Yeah, no, they have the Hartford Wolfpack now, which is the AHL affiliate of the New York Rangers. So there you go. New England. Yeah, I mean, well, that's Hartford, Connecticut, basically. Well, I mean, because again, they were the Hartford Whalers, and then they became the Carolina Hurricanes. I think that's the answer to the question. But that's that area. Yeah, Hartford, Connecticut, New England area is where they're from. So, and he says New England, Hartford, and then Carolina. Oh, it was New England first? Huh. I didn't know that part. Thanks for sharing that, by the way. I didn't know that. I thought it was Hartford, then just Carolina. I didn't realize that. There you go. So there you go. Stuff again. Even myself, stuff you learn when you're doing this stuff. Stuff you learn, which is great. So I don't know if you have any more for me, my guy, but you can definitely do that. So they show the clock on the TV. Looks like it's about like another 10, 11 minutes before the third period begins. Second period thoughts. I would say this. Again, it is preseason, so you kind of take everything with a grain of salt, basically. I would say that, they didn't get off to a good start. They kind of looked like that they were really struggling to kind of gain the energy that they got from that first period. I think giving up a goal late on the power play, I think kind of hurt them a little bit. But as the second period progressed, they were able to get some more things going. They were able to get back to some of the things they were able to do. They were able to score a goal to regain the 3-goal lead. And they do have to work on making better passes on the power play. And I know a lot of Devils fans will say, this is something we've always heard. So, I mean, it's just, it's something that needs to get corrected. And I'm hoping that, once the season actually begins, we have our full team, that these things don't become major issues. That's definitely what we're hoping for. Next question. What other teams would you like to go back to an older logo? Let me think. This is a good question. This is a good question. Um, I mean, I don't know if Carolina necessarily. I like their old uniforms, like the ones before they changed to this. I liked the old thing from like the 06, 09 era. Like I kind of like that. Yeah, I would like to see that. Rangers. I would like to see the Rangers go back to the um, Statue of Liberty look. As far as the Devils are concerned, I've always said this that they should go back to the red, green, and white. I know everybody says like, oh, it's not as cool and it's brought us bad luck. Well, look, this is our heritage, man. Like this looks so cool. Like these all colors are awesome. It's the Garden State. It's perfect for New Jersey. It just makes sense. And yeah, we didn't win any cups wearing these uniforms, but still, that's the way I look at it. My guy Nick Horvat, Penn should bring back the Robo Pen. Um, Okay, I don't know how to respond to that. Nick Horvat is actually one of the hosts of the Tip of the Iceberg podcast on the Hockey Pod Network that covers the Pittsburgh Penguins. So if you're a Pens fan, make sure to go subscribe to them and listen to their episodes. Those guys are great. Him and Nick Berlansky, who's also, by the way, shout out to Berlansky, who's actually the host of Hockey Hotbed, another hockey-based podcast on the network as well. Both of those guys do a great job. And I had a chance to talk to both of them, interview both of them. Really enjoyed my conversation with them. They're great guys. And actually, I can tell you this right now. I will actually be on the Hockey Hotbed podcast as a guest coming up next week. So make sure you guys stick around and tune into that one when I'm on there. We're going to be talking Devils hockey. I think we're also going to be talking about the Metropolitan Division a little bit. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to doing that. And I will say this, guys. If any of you guys are podcasters yourself, are looking for a guest and everything, I'd be more than happy to come on and talk hockey, talk other sports, whatever you guys want to talk about. I would love to come on. I love talking to people, as I always say, and I definitely enjoy doing that. Horvat, if you're still in here, I don't know if you want to hear. I don't know if you heard it or didn't hear it, but I don't know. Do you want to hear like what I had for my fantasy team? I'd like to get everybody's opinion to see like what people think. Did I do a good job? Did I not do a good job? Does it need some work? Let me know what you guys think. All right, so he says, "Let's hear that team." All right, cool. So again, in case you're just tuning in, I will tell you now my team. So we have Patrick Kane, Sebastian Aho, Matthew Tkachuk, Bo Horvat, Patrick Laine, Martin Necas, Brock Besser, Kevin Fiala, Kirby Doc, Dougie Hamilton, Shea Theodore, Charlie McAvoy, Zach Werenski, Eric Carlson, Nino Niederreiter, Jesse Puljujärvi, Hampus Lindholm, Ricard Raquel, Eric Chernak, Jack Campbell, Ilya Samsonov, and Sergei Bobrovsky. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys like the team? Do you not like? And mind you, again, this is I believe it's a 14-team league. Let me just double check on that because I think like we have. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, there's like 14 teams in this league. So that's the team I was able to create with a 14-team league. So I feel like it was pretty good considering the fact that it was 14 teams. I've never done a league that big, but I'm pretty proud of it. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Apparently, there was already a trade, by the way, in this league. It was what was the trade? It was Brandon Tanev for TJ Oshie. Weird. I do not know how to feel about that. But yeah, no, I feel like by the way, I really need some tea or something like that because I feel like I really need to do that. So I think I may step out for like a hot second just to do that, just because I think I may do it. So I'll be right back, guys. I'll be like back in like 1 second or two. All right. So Horvat just messaged me on on private message on Twitter, I believe it was, and said like just as he was about to listen to me say the team, my fantasy team, he got a call. So I don't know if he's still on here. Hopefully he is. But I'll just say it one more time, so that you guys can hear it in case you didn't. So again, this is my fantasy hockey team for the Slapshot Sweethearts fantasy hockey draft that I'm one of the teams a part of. So again, one more time, it's Patrick Kane, Sebastian Aho, Matthew Tkachuk, Bo Horvat, Patrick Laine, Martin Necas, Brock Besser, Kevin Fiala, Kirby Doc, Dougie Hamilton, Shea Theodore, Charlie McAvoy, Zach Walensky, Eric Carlson, Nino Niederreiter, Jesse Pugliarvi, Hampus Lindholm, Ricard Raquel, Eric Chernak, Jack Campbell, Ilya Samsonov, and Sergei Bobrovsky. So now those are showing their media day fund. So I believe the second period is going to begin in probably another minute or two. So we shall see. We shall see about that. And again, we'll see if Nico Dawes gets the opportunity to play in this third period. I feel like he will, because again, it is preseason. You could do this, like it's not a big deal. That's something to keep in mind. And Nico Dawes, like I said before, he looked good in that first game against the Capitals. 10 out of 10 shots, stopped all the shots in the shootout. Most importantly, the Devils won the game. And that was the big thing. They were down 4-3 going into the period, came out of it winning 5-4. So, I mean, it was really good. Horvat says, okay, solid team all around. Got to hope those goalies hold strong this year. Yeah, I know. That's, like I said before, I feel like I may have waited too long to take a goalie, and maybe I should have taken someone else than Jack Campbell. It was a tough decision. I was trying to figure out like Shesterkin or Jack Campbell, and I kind of just went by rating. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of banking on hoping that like Jack Campbell could have a strong year like he did last year, but what are the chances of that? You know what I mean? Like it's weird. So we'll see. As now the fire alarm in my house is going off. So this is great. I don't even know how that could happen. I mean, I think yeah, my dad I think is making some sort of food. So we have that just going on. So and there you go. It's over. So that's kind of a interesting thing here. It's also a good thing to kind of get out of the way in the first live stream. And it's going up again. So we got that. So this is how things go sometimes. And again, it is like everything else. It's preseason. You're kind of just getting all the kinks out now. So that's kind of how we are. And yeah, I mean, I can't really there's not much I can really do other than just kind of sit here and hope that it ends very soon. So all right, so it stopped again. So we got that. Yeah, what can you do? Again, guys, there's only so much that we can control and everything. So it's going to be that. This weekend's going to be a lot of fun for me. I mentioned it before, and I'll mention it again. I finished it, obviously, but my family and I we make wine in our house every year, and obviously last year we didn't have the opportunity to do so, and this year we do. And tomorrow we will be going out getting the grapes. We'll have a bunch of people come over, and we're going to start making wine. It's usually a 2-day process. We have one day this week and then another day next weekend, and we just kind of go from there. And then it's really good. So I hope you guys are excited about that. I'll probably post a picture or two on Devil's social, on our Devil's social media stuff, and we'll kind of go from there. And again, make sure to follow us on Twitter at Devil State and also on Instagram at Devil State of Mind. 40 people have voted in the poll, which is pretty impressive. I don't know if there's a way that I can like personally see the poll myself, but thank you guys so much for voting in that poll. I really do appreciate it as to who wins this game. And so far it's looking good as the third period is about to begin. So we'll see how the Devils start here. Again, have about a minute or so to go on the penalty kill. And then we'll kind of go, and then the Devils will hopefully go back to even strength. But the first thing is to kill off this Tatar penalty and kind of go from there. So now the third period is underway with the Rangers holding on to start the period. So again, about 55 seconds or so to go in this 5-on-4 man advantage for the New York Rangers. The Devils tried to clear it there. It was Graves, and he ended up having his clearance blocked by the back of Dougie Hamilton, and the Rangers were able to keep the puck in. They still have it here. A pass in front is blocked. Rangers get it back. Another good block attempt there by Nico, and now Miles Wood's able to take it down the right wing by himself, hold it, and then kind of flip it into the corner with 20 seconds to go here on the man advantage. So the Rangers looking to try to have at least one more attempt here before Tatar comes out of the box. So now Kreider coming down, gives off to his teammate, pass out in front, is shot by a defenseman, is blocked and went wide. Subban tried to clear it behind the net. Then Gray fought up and couldn't get it. Now the Devils clear it, and that will do it for the Rangers power play as Yanni Kuokkanen takes it into the Devils zone, to the Rangers zone, excuse me. So now Subban with it. Over to Tatar. So the Devils are looking to try to see if they can add on to their goal tally here. And hopefully they can also just obviously protect the lead and find a way to win this game and get off to a 2-0 start in the preseason. And again, it is preseason, but these games still matter to a lot of young players who are trying to make rosters, and also obviously some PTO guys as well. And also for any Devils fans, just to let you guys know, there is another game tomorrow in Bridgeport, Connecticut against the New York Islanders. Bridgeport is the home of the Bridgeport Tigers, which is the New York Islanders affiliate, as a shot by a Ranger defenseman is stopped and held by Jonathan Bernier. So Bernier is still in the game. And look at this. We got Greetston and Thompson talking a little bit. They were talking before, so there's a little bit of chirping going on here. Some friendly chirping, I'm assuming. But yeah, no, Jonathan Bernier is still in the game, so we'll see. We shall see. If he plays the whole game, or if at some point Dawes is gonna come in, as Miles Wood's able to be the first one to get to the puck, so they'll avoid the icing. Devils still have the puck here. Wood behind the net, has a lot of space. Pass out in front is blocked by a Ranger player, and then Rangers player is able to finally get it out of the zone, and the Devils have to regroup. So now, again, Huska is in net for the Rangers. He came in. I don't know if he came in before the second period started, or like at the start of the second period or not, but he has been in as Shesterkin had a tough night, gave up 3 goals. But again, it's early days in the preseason. Get out of the kinks now. You might as well get out those 3-4 goal giving up games now and not in the regular season. Dawson Mercer coming down the right wing, passing out in front, but is blocked. Now Subban with it with a shot, and that one is stopped by Huska, and the rebound was snuffed out as well. Good opportunity there by the Devils. So they're still able to keep it in. Yes, Provoke was a drop-off pass to VC. Now to Mercer as he tried to toe drag it a little bit, but he was snuffed out by a Ranger player. And if he had been able to complete that toe drag, he would have had a wide open shot there. Subban, as he gave it to Graves, and that shot was blocked, but the Devils still able to hold it in here. And they pass it out, and now the Rangers have it behind their net, and they're going to settle it down here. About 4 minutes into the third period, still 4-1 Devils. The Devils and Rangers again are facing off this upcoming Wednesday at 7 p.m., this time at Madison Square Garden. So in preseason, these games come by. They come and go very quickly. So, and again, we're going to start seeing some cuts. I would imagine we're going to see them probably this upcoming week, maybe after Saturday's game. Yanni Kuokkanen over to Tomas Tatar, but he couldn't hold it. And the Devils now have to regroup and set up out of the play as Yanni Kuokkanen will just dump it in. The Devils are able to get back into the zone. Zaka with a shot that was blocked. And the Devils are still holding it in. They have the puck behind the net. It's Tatar with it now. Pass over to Hamilton, and Hamilton won too many passes. He tried to get it to Zacha, but Zacha was tangled up with the defenseman, and the Rangers are able to drive it out of their zone and clear it enough so that both teams can make a change. So about 5 minutes into this period here, as both teams so far just seems like they're kind of like, it seems they're a little bit tired, and that's understandable, trying to get back into hockey shape. Michael McLeod into the zone, and Thompson with a shot that was blocked, and McLeod tried to get the rebound, but he couldn't get there in time. So the Devils right now, over the last 2 or 3 minutes, have been able to do a couple things, and I know a ref's hand was up, and a Devils player touched it, so it looks like there may be a penalty coming up, and it is a penalty, and it's Tice Thompson for the Devils going to the sin bin. So with 15 minutes to go in this third period, the Devils are once again going to the penalty kill, and we'll see if they're going to be able to kill this off and still maintain that 4-1 lead. So now the Devils are able to clear right off the face-off to open this power play for the Rangers. Now we'll see. A good move here by Mika Zibanejad, who has the only goal of the game for the Rangers. It was on the power play. Now Miles Wood trying to get there first. He's still stick handling with McKegg, and he's finally knocked down. No penalties called, but he's able to kill off a little bit more time here, slow it down. Minute 27 to go here on the man advantage for the Rangers. And the pass to Zibanejad missed, and Zibanejad has to go back to center ice and regroup. Now Zibanejad toe drag, but it was snuffed out by Ryan Graves, and Graves is able to clear. Ryan Graves had a pretty good game so far defensively. He's obviously, being a big guy himself, he kind of sticks out pretty well, and he's done some good things. And again, if the defense is just doing its job and he's having a quiet game where like he's not really making a whole lot of mistakes, we can't really complain. Obviously, I think a lot of Devils fans want to see what he can do offensively, especially if he's paired with Dougie Hamilton, and kind of go from there. I feel like for Dougie Hamilton, it's going to be one of Graves or Ty Smith that ends up being that his partner on that first defensive pairing, because clearly Dougie Hamilton's going to be your first line, your first pairing defenseman on the right side. So now we got Jones with it, as that play is snuffed out by the Devils, and it looks like is just offsides. A little pushing and shoving there, but another stoppage play. 17 seconds to go here on this man advantage for the Rangers, and 13:20 to go here in this third period, with the Devils still holding on to a 4-1 lead. So again, knock on wood, let's hope that the Devils can continue to try to hold on to this 3-goal lead, because we know how difficult, especially if you've been watching this team for the last couple of years, you know how difficult it is to hold on to these freaking 2-3 goal leads. It's been very difficult. And again, it's preseason, but still, you don't want to put yourself in too difficult of a spot. So Jonathan Bernier still in there, and he tried to play the puck, and it was taken away by a Ranger player, but luckily before any disaster could happen, as the power play just comes to an end, as Bernier makes a shot right after that, and then there's a little bit of pushing and shoving, and again, it's Greenson in front of the net. This time he's jawing with Miles Wood. So Greenson, don't know if he's a guy that, Geertsen, don't know if he's trying to make the team, don't know if he's a guy that's just trying to make the team and everything like that, but he's really been in the middle of a lot of pushing and shoving and stoppages in play after the whistle. And so now they go to a commercial break with 12:57 to go here in the third period. Again, guys, we are nearly approaching the 3-hour mark. If you've been on here for this long, thank you so much. And if you're just joining us or you've gone in and out, any support has been lovely. This is the first live watch along that we've done here, that we're doing here on the Hockey Podcast Network YouTube channel. Everybody who left the like, everybody who subscribed, everything like that. Thank you guys so much. Every little bit helps. We love the support, and stick around because I'm telling you, There's going to be so many more watch-alongs with so many different other teams, so much great content that's going to be coming out in the next, many months to, during this season. This is only the beginning. We're in preseason mode, ladies and gentlemen, but once we get into that regular season mode and everything, once we get this really rolling, it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Kind of wish I had some more wine, not gonna lie, but that's what's going on. Everybody's a little bit busy. Everybody's watching the game. Hey Jeff, what's the score of the Yankee game?
2-1 still.
It's still 2-1.
Yeah.
What inning are we in? Inning?
Top of 7.
Top 7. Okay. Well, there's a score: 2-1 Tampa against the Yankees in the top of the 7. In case you're a Yankee fan, letting you know. They just showed the replay of the Tomas Tatar goal. He got very fired up there. And again, I mean, look, this is his first game in New Jersey playing with his new teammates, and he's trying to get acclimated with the fans. And what better way to do that than to score goals? So we take that. So, and a good hit there. And it looks like we're going to get a stop here. And a little bit of pushing and shoving as Jacob Trouba and Tomas Tatar. I've been liking how Tatar is just not afraid to mix it up. He'll have a little bit of a cross check here and there after the whistle and everything, and he's not afraid to stick up for himself, and he's certainly doing that. Jacob Trouba. The funny thing about Trouba is this. I always thought he was a really good defenseman in Winnipeg. I really did. And I thought even the contract that he got with the Rangers was solid. I'm just really surprised how much he has more or less struggled since he got to New York. And speaking of Trouba, he is going to the penalty box here, and we'll see if Tatar is also going. It looks like he's not. So it looks like the Devils are going to get a power play out of it with 12:44 to go. So another opportunity for the Devils here to try to work on their power play. And it would be great if they could find a way to score a goal here. Gerard Gallant obviously not happy with that call, with that decision, but once you make the call, there really isn't much you can really do. Gerard Gallant is pissed. He is pissed. Well, we've seen those memes, where he's just, kind of doing this. He's not afraid to get upset. So it's Mercer, Hischier, Zacha, Hamilton, and Tatar on first for the Devils here on this power play. Tatar to Dougie Hamilton. Over to Zacha. Zacha with a shot, and he scores! Pavel Zacha with a shot, top shelf over the goaltender Huska's glove. And just a couple seconds in, the Devils have scored again on the power play, and it's now 5-1. And Pavel Zacha definitely has some color on his skin. He got a nice tan, a lot darker than the last time I've ever seen him, but he was going on. And my old man is a huge Pavel Zacha fan, and I think it's probably just because of his name. So he just came in the room, looked at me, and he goes, Zacha. So he's a big fan of Pavel Zacha. That was a great shot again. Threw a little bit of a screen from a Ranger player over the goaltender's glove side. Again, speaking for myself, who's a former goaltender, played hockey for a while. When it's top shelf, there isn't really that much that you could do. You could certainly try, and sometimes you get lucky, but a lot of the time it's just way hard, especially when you're constantly expecting to go down into the butterfly position to make a save. It's tough, but Pavel Zacha with the power play goal, the second power play goal of the night for the Devils. And more importantly, it's now 5-1, and the Devils have now scored 10 goals through the first 2 games as a nice pass in front to Kreider, and he wasn't able to get enough on it, but Bernier made the save. Tatar and Dougie Hamilton with assists. So Dougie Hamilton gets himself another assist. Tatar has himself his first assist in the second point. So a couple of the new guys making some noise here. And I will say this, even though it's frustrating that Mercer missed that goal, I still think Dawson Mercer has had a really solid game. Holtz, even though he's been kind of quiet, he's had 2 assists, so you got to give him that. So both of these young guys, again, still making some good contributions, even if they're not doing as much as they did in the first game. So this period definitely is going by a lot faster because we're already at the 9-minute mark of this period, and we've only been going on for the past like 10 minutes here, really. Graves with a shot that was blocked, and then it trickled in front of a Devil player, but he couldn't get a handle on it. Michael McLeod now with it on the left side. McLeod over to Groslo with a shot, and that one goes wide. Jeremy Groslo with a good opportunity. A one-time shot by Thompson, and it went wide. Tyce Thompson having himself a really good game. He has a goal. He had a good opportunity right there. A guy who had a couple of, he had a cup of coffee in the NHL last year with this team, has a little bit of experience, has a little bit more confidence, was really good at Providence College, playing for the Friars, which is a great college hockey program, 100%. He's doing pretty well. As that shot goes wide, and it does really look like that Jonathan Bernier is going to play this whole game because we're now approaching the 10-minute mark, and maybe if we get another stoppage of play soon, they'll make the change. We'll see. There's a shot there by number 49 of the Rangers, just goes wide. Rangers trying to keep it in. As Bernier's got a big, oh my goodness! What a save by Jonathan Bernier! Bernier, I don't know if he was knocked down, but he was clearly out of position, and Paguniemi had an opportunity with a wide open net, and Bernier was able to reach over there just in time with the glove and make the diving save. What a phenomenal save by Jonathan Bernier as we get a stoppage in play with just a little under 10 minutes to go in the third. The Devils now leading 5-1. Wow, what a save by Bernier. And Bernier has looked a lot better in this game. He gave up 4 goals in his first game, and that's okay. It's the first game of the preseason and everything like that, just trying to get yourself back into game shape. But he looks way better here tonight. He made that great save just now to rob the Rangers of making it 5-2, and that was great. And I think that just kind of shows, how this game has gone here. So I would say this, that I think it's a pretty safe bet that the Devils are going to win this game, considering we're nearing the 9-minute mark, or about 9 minutes to go here in the third and up 5-1. I will say this. I'm just happy that the offense has been able to generate the things they've generated. The power play has been pretty good. They've scored a couple times. The penalty kill still obviously needs work. And again, we're not getting the full team. Like Jack Hughes isn't playing tonight. Neither is Sharon Govich. Just some guys to name a few guys. We have to see what this team can do. Do I think that there will be a preseason game where it's the whole team? Probably not. I think the first time we're going to see the full team is on the 15th when we're playing Chicago at home. I think that's when we're going to see it. They're showing the replay again. And again, I think Bernier might have bumped into one of his own teammates, but he was able to get back and make a save. SportsCenter top 10. Hell, since ESPN now covers hockey, they should be putting that as number 1 on their list. That was an unbelievable save by Jonathan Bernier. Unbelievable. I know it's the preseason, but damn. And Puniemi is just sitting there with a big smile on his face, just shaking his head. He cannot believe Bernier made that save. As that shot through a screen is stopped by Bernier, and then we have a little bit of pushing and shoving afterwards. And Subban and that guy again, Greenidson, he's just both of the, Greenidson has really just been in the middle of a lot of pushing and shoving. I definitely think he's trying to make some noise so he can make this team. Jonathan Bernier has made 20 saves on 21 shots. Yeah, I don't think Nico Dawes is coming in this game, which is kind of a surprise, but maybe Lindy Ruff wanted to give him another full game, maybe give him a full game to help him shake off from a couple nights ago because of, giving up 4 goals. And he's certainly been a lot better. And if he's playing like this throughout the regular season, the Devils have a really solid backup goaltender. Here we go. Opportunity here. 2-on-1. Kwokin and Zaka. Potential 3-on-1. Now to Tatar. Back to Zaka, but too much passing. But now, Devils still have it. Subban with a pass over to Kwokin. And that shot, or it might have been a pass. Either way, it just went wide as Tatar was streaking down the left side of it, trying to sneak past the fence. And if he'd gotten a stick on it, he might have had himself his second goal of the night. 9 minutes to go here in the third. 5-1 Devils. I feel pretty good that at this point now that the Devils are going to come away with a solid victory at home. I'm sure Devils fans who are at this game, and it's a pretty good crowd for a preseason game. I'm sure Devils fans are going to be walking out of there happy. And yeah, I mean, it was tough last year, that whole 4-game series in April against the Rangers in which we lost every single game and just really struggled. It was rough. It was rough. And I even said it on the podcast episode after that weekend. I felt like that was the lowest point in my life as a Devils fan because you just felt like you were embarrassed the whole weekend and it was just terrible. It was just absolutely terrible. And I just hope that we never have to experience something like that again. So Michael McLeod now with the puck coming into the zone on the right side. That goes behind the net, passes out in front, but the pass attempt to Thompson is blocked. Devils still have the puck here. McKegg pinning Zacha against the boards. Now Thompson with it. Thompson passing it back behind the net. Jacob Trouba now with it for the Rangers, and he's able to get it to McKegg, and the Rangers are able to take it out of the zone. Now Keandre Miller with it, who's had a pretty quiet game, even though he's obviously you know he's on the ice because of how big he is. You know how big he is. You know how tall he is. Rangers still have it here. Now Keandre Miller with a wrist shot, and that one I think was stopped. Not totally sure, but it might have been stopped by Jonathan Bernier. Now pass over to a wide open Mika Zibanejad with the shot, and that was blocked. Actually, it was Jacob Trouba. Now the Devils are able to clear it, and they do. So I'll make a line change with 7:20 to go. Bar down, breakdown. How the heck do you still have a voice? Practice. I mean, like I said, I've done stuff similar to this, but yeah, I also think the glass of wine helped me out a little bit, helped me loosen my throat a little bit, so to speak. But yeah, other than that, I really don't have an answer for you. But hey, you know what? When you're having as much fun as I'm having, and you get to do what you love, you're not really complaining. As an offsides is called here. With 6:49 to go in the third period, Devils still up 5-1. So, wondering how Gerard Gallant is going to react to this game. Obviously, not the way he wanted his team to come out and play tonight. They've really been struggling in all phases. You thought maybe they were going to get something going when they cut it to 3-1, but the Devils were able to lock it down. They've gotten a couple more goals. They've scored at least one goal in all 3 periods, just like they did in the game against Washington. So far, offensively, as a Devils fan, you like what you see. And you hope that as a team, when we have the full team going into the season, we can really generate that much type of offense. Because if we're averaging 4 or 5 goals a game, we're giving ourselves a really good chance to win the majority of the games we play. Bar Down Breakdown says, kudos. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Love your guys' work, by the way. If you guys ever need a guest for anything, just let me know. I would love to jump on with you guys. Love your guys' work, and go subscribe to them as well if you're an Islander fan. If you're also a fan of music, they interview some great musicians. Those guys are awesome, so please go check them out as well. So, shot in front of the net as people are getting a little excited about the Yankee game. It's Dawson Mercer now with the puck. He takes it down the right side, and he lost the puck, and then tried to make a pass in front of EC, but not enough there. So yeah, Mercer not having as much success as he had in the first game, but he's still trying to make an impact. And look, he's still got 5:45 to go in this game, so something could happen, something positive at least could happen. So we'll see. We shall see. Yeah, bar down. Now I'm starting to see, now we're approaching the 5-minute mark. I feel like now it's starting to really hit me voice-wise. We get another stoppage of play for, I think, another offsides. And we're going to go to commercial with 5.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Still 5-1 Devils. Amanda Stein on Twitter said that Jonathan Bernier's save could hold up as a potential save of the year, even though it's the preseason. Potentially. I don't know if they're going to count it. If the NHL counts it, very well could. That was a great save. And you know what? If that's the type of saves we're going to get from Jonathan Bernier, we're going to have ourselves a really solid goaltending tandem. And again, we haven't seen Mackenzie Blackwood play yet. And, okay, I feel like I should talk about this. Even though I talked about it on my previous episode, I feel like I should talk about it on here because I'm sure people would like to know my opinion. For those of you that don't know, The Devils last week said that they had one player that was not fully vaccinated, not vaccinated at all. And then 2 days ago, we found out it was Mackenzie Blackwood that is the player that is not fully vaccinated. Now, he didn't give specifics as to why. He didn't give specifics as to if he is or if he isn't going to. He said that he had off-season surgery, which is understandable. Nothing like really major, but obviously he needed help a lower body injury because he played 3/4 of the games last year because of the fact that we didn't have a backup goaltender. And he said to the media when he talked about it that he's going to take his time with it. He's focusing on a couple other things health-wise before he does that. And he says he hasn't ruled out getting vaccinated or anything like that. If he does not choose to get vaccinated, correct me if I'm wrong, but he cannot play in New York, he can't play in California, and he can't play in Canada. So that's a little bit difficult because that's a good amount of games that he could potentially miss. Now, you do have Jonathan Bernier who could certainly take that load, and you could probably bring up Scott Wedgwood who can, get us a win or two here or there. But ideally, you would like to have Mackenzie Blackwood be there. Opportunity here for Miles Wood, who takes a shot, and it is gloved by Huska. Good opportunity. Woods had a couple good chances in this game using his speed. They're also showing Devils faces in new places. Nate Bastian was claimed by Seattle in the expansion draft. Will Butcher was traded from the Devils to the Buffalo Sabres. Connor Carrick signed as a UFA with the Seattle Kraken. Nick Merkley was traded to San Jose for Christian Jaros. And Ryan Murray, who actually was one of our better defensemen last year, he signed a deal with the Colorado Avalanche. So those are the guys that the Devils lost from last year's team. But going back to the Blackwood situation, look, I'm not going to come on here and give him crap for not getting it or anything like that. But, we do need him. We do need him. And it would be difficult if he wasn't allowed to play those games. And, Blackwood said himself, it is tough to have to get dressed in another locker room and things like that. I think that most likely he will eventually get vaccinated, but you never know. I just hope that he can make a decision sooner rather than later and kind of go from there. So I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to give him crap for not getting it. I'm not going to, really give him, I understand, if something is bugging him about it, if he's worried about it affecting him since he just got surgery, okay, I can ride with that. Let's not, let's just leave it at that. Let's just try to support him as Devils fans and hope that, things can get resolved at some point. Opportunity here as Thompson with another good shot on a rebound chance, but Huska's able to get over there with 3:52 to go in this game. The Devils definitely on their way to a victory here. They have outscored their opponents 10-4 through now almost 2 full games. Love the offense from these guys. Subban, Dougie Hamilton did some good things. Holtz got a point. Mercer had an opportunity, even though it went wide. Yanni Kuokkanen scored. Tatar scored. As an opportunity here for Jimmy Vesey. Wade takes a shot and he scores! Jimmy Vesey against his former team, the New York Rangers, and on a PTO contract scores a goal 5-hole through the legs of the goaltender Huska. And you can hang a 6 on the New York Rangers as it's now 6-1 Devils. And Vesey, as we talked about earlier, talking about a potential guy that could make it out of training camp, earn a contract. That's the way to do it. Vesey talked about earlier this morning that, he didn't like some of the things he did during the game. And actually, it didn't go through the goaltender's legs. It went under his arm and redirected in. And Vesey said he hopes to try to bounce. He tries to have a better game tonight, and he has. And that's one way to do it, getting yourself a goal, and especially against your former team. So that's a good way to do it. So 6-1 now with about 3 minutes to go in this game. Just an icing on the cake here. This has been an all-around great game offensively. There's a couple hiccups here or there, but I think overall as a team, the Devils have played really, really well. 11 goals through now 2 games. This has been great. And now the Devils will look to try to see if they can continue to generate some good things as they go. Here's an opportunity here for Dawson Mercer on a breakaway. He comes in, 5-hole, and he scores! Oh my goodness! Dawson Mercer! Lord have Mercer, what a goal! As he toe dragged it through the 5-hole and it's now 7-1 Devils. And Mercer was able to score just in time, make another contribution, his second goal of the preseason. As Keandre Miller lost the puck, Mercer with a great stick, poked it away, got a breakaway, took it back, little toe drag, as he caught the goaltender sticking out putting out his stick, and then Mercer goes 5-hole, and he gets himself a goal. And once again, making another claim for him to make this team out of training camp. That is big, as now Holtz with an opportunity, but it's snuffed out. As he's looking to try to join the party, pass out in front. Nico with a shot, and that one is blocked. And the Devils are coming on here strong late in this game, up by 6 goals. And I am loving how they're finishing this game. And one's knocked down as Holtz is trying to keep it in. And yeah, Holtz nearly had an opportunity right after trying to talk to Mercer. So Holtz has got 2 assists. Mercer's got another goal. So these 2 young, really up-and-coming guys in our organization are once again making some good contributions here tonight against the Rangers. What can be better? Pass over to Jones, and that one is blocked. And now here comes Boquist as he tries to make a move, and he just missed the opportunity to take it down. And we get a stoppage in play with 1:43 to go, as the Devils are now up 7-1. Dawson Mercer getting his second goal of this preseason, and another beautiful goal in that. And I'm just really loving it. Guys, I really think he could make this team, man. Little Fireboy 87, Alan Cosman, the man behind the Ryan Graves fan page on Twitter. He says, "Hey Neil, the Devils are smoking them. Been seeing the score." Yes, they have been, man. They have been dominating this game from start to finish. After giving up that goal on the power play, which made it 3-1, the Devils have scored the last 4 goals and are up 7-1 here as we approach the final minute of this game. As a shot here from the Rangers is stopped by Jonathan Bernier. We're showing the regular season schedule right now. The first game of the season is against the Chicago Blackhawks. The Devils actually start a pretty long homestand to begin the year. So it's Chicago. And then on Tuesday the 19th, they welcome the Seattle Kraken to the Garden State for the first time. I believe it's the first road game for Seattle. Then they're at home 2 nights later against the Capitals. And then they're at home 2 days after that against the Buffalo Sabres. As another shot there is sticked away by Bernier and another stoppage of play. So yeah, kind of interesting. The Devils are starting the year off with a couple of games at home. Devils really struggled at home last year, so good opportunity right away with to start the year to try to win some games at home, build some confidence to go from there. But if you're a Devils fan, after these first 2 games, you can't help but get excited. Again, it is preseason, and you don't want to overreact to anything, good or bad. But when you see some of these young guys performing, and even a guy like Jimmy Vesey, who's fighting for a contract, you can't help but really just love this compete. 50 seconds to go here in the third, as hoping that the Devils can just prevent another goal. Maybe they can go and score another one here. As Tatar having a little bit of trouble here, but he's able to clear it out of his own zone, and Rangers go back and regroup. 35 seconds to go here. Just a dominant performance all around by the men in red and black. And I mean, hell, for the first ever live watch-along, for it to be 7-1 Devils. The Devils must have known I was doing this watch-along, because they made sure to give me a show and give me a lot to talk about in this game here as we approach the final 10 seconds of this one. As we count it down here, the Devils move to 2-0 on the preseason, have outscored their opponents by a whopping 12-4 as they win this one 7-1. So that is an awesome first home game of the preseason for the Devils against the Rangers. Just tremendous 7 goals. I'm sure if you're a head coach, I'm sure if you're Lindy Ruff, you obviously are going to critique things, but you'd rather critique it off a 7-1 victory than losing 7-1. So a great win all around. Going to see really quickly here if they have like a 3 stars of the game type of thing like they've been doing all year. PK Subban adding himself a goal and an assist. Obviously, he's got to be happy with his performance. Tomas Tatar getting a goal. Dougie Hamilton adding a couple of assists on his own. I even like Colton White's game. Even though he didn't put up any points or anything, I thought he played well defensively. I think overall defensively they looked good. So a great win nonetheless. Jonathan Bernier making, I think, 24, 25 saves on 26 shots was just tremendous. And really good job by all the guys here. Ryan Graves, making his debut. Jimmy Vesey getting a goal. Holtz adding a couple assists. Would have liked to see Nico Dawes play a little bit, but, it doesn't, it is preseason. PK Subban high-fiving the fans. So I think they are going to show the 3 stars of the game. And I would like to think that all of them are from the Devils. So we'll see here in just a moment what the Devils are going to do. And it's just great because now you got fans back in the building and everything like that. And it looks like they are, yes, it's going to be Dougie Hamilton, Tomas Tatar, and Jonathan Bernier. So it's literally all three of the new guys that are getting stars of the game. I like this. Just kind of make it interesting here. And I'm also I turned on the volume so I could hear the PA announcer, one of the new guys. All right, so you got Tomas Tatar as the 3rd star of the game. Got himself a goal on the power play. Definitely a nice little Devils debut. Again, preseason, but still cannot hurt. So Dougie Hamilton is the 2nd star of the game. He is a very soft-spoken player, but his actions speak louder than words. Got himself 2 assists. And Jonathan Bernier with an impressive first game at home as a Devil, stopping 20-plus shots after giving up that goal. He locked it down, made that unbelievable diving save in the 3rd period, and he gets the first star of the game. So it's Tatar, Hamilton, and Bernier. So the new guys making some stars here, and that's basically it there. So once again, the final score here from this one, the Devils 7, the Rangers 1. So before I wrap this up, and again, we just reached the 3-hour mark. Thank you guys so much, everybody who tuned in, who came in here and there, who interacted with me on the chat. Just thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart for being here for the first ever Hockey Podcast Network live watch-along, the first Devils State of Mind live watch-along. From everything, from interacting, from listening to my fantasy team to hear me talk about the game. This was great. And I appreciate all of you guys. And like I said before, this won't be the last time you see me. And this is just the first of many awesome content that you're going to see on the Hockey Podcast Network channel. And before I go, make sure to follow us on Twitter at Devil State and on Instagram at Devil State of Mind. Also follow the Hockey Podcast Network on Twitter at HockeyPodNet, on Instagram at HockeyPodNet as well. Like and subscribe to the Devil State of Mind podcast and all of the podcasts on the Hockey Podcast Network. We post new episodes every Monday and Thursday. We have team-based podcasts and also just hockey podcasts for all things hockey involved, whether it's minor league hockey, hockey and music, so many things, history of hockey. We have everything you can think of. Make sure you go check us out there. Also, make sure to follow me on my personal Twitter at THENVPSHOW and on Instagram at NVPQB11. I put them both in the chat so you guys can quickly go check those out. And again, thank you guys so much for checking out this first ever edition of the Hockey Podcast Network Watch Along. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let's go Devils and rock on. Woo!